It's looping code, hollow gods in download mode. I scream in static, breathe in rust, and all I build will turn to dust.
What the fuck is up? It's John Escudero. I'm here with Nick. Greg is going to join us in a little while. We here to talk about wrestling, baby, as we do Dirt Sheet Radio, the podcast about pro wrestling. This week in pro wrestling is what I labeled us as.
This whole week.
It was a pretty quick week, but full of news that we had kind of like pre-talked about last week. Like we talked about Saudi and WWE potentially doing it, and then they made the announcement on Friday, like we mentioned that they would. And I guess we can get into that when Greg comes. But Nick and I will jump right into the AEW Dynamite recap September 2. Remember, we are remembering September.
3 whole hours. Billy Joe don't need to wake up for this one because we got this covered.
It was good. It was great, I would say. But I found myself enjoying AEW more often than not. So sometimes I don't even know if it's like objectively good. I just know like I enjoyed it. And when I go online, I see the AEW fans enjoyed it. What did you think, Nick?
You know, honestly, I think too, because this was the effort that they put into their pay-per-views, I thought this was a fun time, and I really enjoyed the show top to bottom. I thought it flowed very nicely, and I think, there's going to be some moments I can't wait to talk about in here.
You know what I didn't like? I was watching on HBO Max, as I do, which, by the way, talk about a positive thing before I talk about a negative thing.
Compliment sandwich.
I didn't realize the Dynamites would be in 4K now, so that's sweet.
Ooh.
They are very pretty, and they have sick audio, Dolby audio. So, but watching on HBO Max, the fucking show ended in the middle of Aminata versus Tekla.
Was that like the 2-hour mark?
Yeah, and so they say they were talking about we'll be right back or whatever, and the fucking stream ends.
So long.
I don't know if they're in the commercial break or if I'm waiting, if I'm supposed to jump to another feed. And thankfully, I figured out, okay, well, let me go see if the Collision feed is on. And it was. It started a fucking second feed for Collision and the Countdown show. And then I clicked that shit, and the app glitches out on me, and it tells me there's too many people on this account. And I'm like, I'm the only person on this account. How could this be? Like, and then I spent...
Too many.
And I missed the entire fucking Tekla versus Aminata second half. And I've been waiting for this match for so long. I've been talking about how much I want to see them go one-on-one and have a featured match. And they basically main evented Dynamite. And HBO Max fucks me out of it. So, thank you. I'll be ordering the pay-per-view on Triller. You pieces of shit. Anyway.
Triller.
Oh, God. Trailer.
I can't believe we're taking Stephanie's advice here.
I heard people at ESPN were like mad that she said that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What's the girl from the Mexican restaurant meme doing here telling people to get a VPN?
Anyway, talking about September to remember.
I feel like now that it's out there, we have to mention the meme of what was it like white women when they say gracias to the waiter at the Mexican restaurant, and it's just Stephanie's smile.
I love that.
Our audio listeners know exactly what I'm talking about just by saying that.
I love that it's become wordless now. Like you can see a collage of Stephanie smiles, and you just know what we're talking about.
And it's such a true expression.
It's fucking awesome. So Kyle Fletcher and Hangman Page opened Dynamite with a face-to-face, a contract signing, if you will, for the AEW
contract signing.
Oh, the Tony contract signing. But they're both calling it the AEW Men's World Championship, and I think the company should commit to that. I don't think it should be on the wrestlers. I think Hangman set the tone, and I think they should put that shit on the graphics. It should be a thing. The AEW Men's World Championship. And then in a year, WWE will do it, and they'll say that it's revolutionary.
I can't believe they're the first company to do this.
Wow, they really figured that one out. I'm so glad they figured out equality.
That T-shirt
Yeah.
company could never.
We're gonna talk about WWE after Dynamite, but Don Callis and well, actually, Hangman Page comes out, Kyle Fletcher behind him, Don Callis with him, tries to rile Hangman up, talks about how he remembers you. He referencing Kenny Omega's time as champion with Don Callis as manager. Uh, Hangman took
Mm.
the belt from Kenny, but that's because Kenny was weak. Kenny isn't Kyle Fletcher. Hangman don't give a fuck about that. He talks directly to Kyle. He says he can easily beat up the Don Callis family, but if Fletcher is worth becoming world champion, he's gonna have to do this alone. If Don Callis family helps Fletcher, he will be stripped of the TNT championship. And Callis is like, what the fuck? But Fletcher is confident, would have dragged his body through glass to be the men's world champion. He's better than Hangman in 2019, 2021, and he's damn sure better than Hangman now. AEW doesn't need Hangman or Kenny, it needs the proto star. Hangman says he believes Kyle Fletcher when he says he'll bring everything he has, but it will not be enough. And I like this right here. He said, what Kyle Fletcher does with the feeling of his loss in the days after All Out will be what defines him. And Hangman hopes Kyle Fletcher won't disappoint him. And I was like, fuck. That was so good. And I don't know if it was the story planners or it was just Hangman being a good promo, being a good world champion, because it's like he just like Kyle Fletcher is gonna lose. Like, let's be real here. He's not beating Hangman Page for the world championship. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna come close. It's gonna look like he might, but Hangman will win. And what he said here about what Kyle Fletcher does with a feeling of his loss, that gives him something. That gives the character something to hook onto after this is over. It won't feel like, gosh, what's this? What was the point of Kyle Fletcher going up against Hangman and losing? You know, Hangman just set it up so that it's an important moment in the story of Kyle Fletcher when he loses. He will learn from this. Like, he will come out maybe a different person. Maybe it won't happen immediately. Maybe later on these words will echo in his brain. But I love that right there.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of elements that were going into here. I thought this was a very strong way to open the show. And, I really like the extra stakes they're adding in there to pretty much confirm that if anyone's going to interfere, it's not going to be someone from the Don Callis army. And otherwise, Fletch going to lose that TNT title. But, like, at a certain point, you could argue that Don Callis and company might even think that, we'll wear options, risk versus reward. Maybe we could sacrifice a TNT title to gain a world title.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Don Callis will think that, but I bet it'll come into it'll come into the conflict with Kyle Fletcher and what he wants.
Exactly, because we've seen some cracks in the armor. He's got this whole entire army of monsters, but there's already a couple members that they themselves are not getting along. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I don't know. I think Fletch might be potentially, if he's not on his way out of the family, I think this might just lead to something greater, like we were saying. And I think, win, lose, or draw, Fletch is going to be coming out of this main event much stronger than he was coming into it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it's gonna be like immediate. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like he's gonna lose and then like next week he's gonna be like, "Fuck you, Don Callis," because
Right.
I don't think the Don
Slow
Callis
burn.
family. Yeah, it's definitely gonna slow burn because I don't think the Don Callis family should lose Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita because they're definitely losing Takeshita. I feel like that's coming soon.
He keeps coming out alone. He doesn't have them, and they're already out when he enters the
Yeah.
frame as well.
He's essentially like a baby face. Like they're all heels, and he's coming out. He's getting baby face reactions. He doesn't want interference in his matches. He's mad at the heels who do. So that's coming, and I don't think Kyle Fletcher's time is now, but this will definitely be an important point in the story. The same way that Hangman's loss against Chris Jericho was one of the more important plot points in his.
Absolutely.
After that, we had the first match of the night. Jon Moxley versus Roddy Strong.
I will cheer anytime I hear Kill Switch Engage End of Heartache.
I love it. Seek me,
call me.
I'll be waiting. So what didn't occur to me until it happened was Roddy and Mox are having this great match, and then Mox rolls outside and he runs into Marina Shafir, his wife, and they have a
Ooh.
stare down where she can't keep it together. And I wish they would have shown his face because I need to know if he
I
was
would.
like, was he also cracking? Because that it looks like she couldn't hold it at all. And
I guarantee he was doing something that made her break.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I put it as she didn't want her real husband to hurt her work husband, and then Moxley comes and takes advantage of that moment, and they get back together. It was a pretty even match. It was really good.
It was.
Moxley continues this streak of just being a completely different wrestler again. It's just like Moxley. This Moxley that's in the ring right now is so different from the beginning of the year. It's incredible. I mean, he's genuinely one of the best wrestlers in the fucking world. I'll never
Like
let anybody convince me otherwise.
he's genuinely so good that he wrestles match after match and he pretty much wins the vast majority of them, and yet his opponent doesn't look like a complete, waste of time. It makes the match feel great from start to end. And on top of that, like, Roddy and like some of his other like past opponents, they still look, pun intended, strong afterwards.
100%. Roddy actually looks like he could have won if not for Wheeler Yuta tripping him, distracting him. And then yes, fucking John Moxley gets the win.
I want to give a shout out to Mama Laraco for actually being the first person to be able to point out to me that both of Marina Shafir's men were there in the match.
That was good. Jeff, I didn't even consider it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't
like,
think
oh
about that.
shit, that's right.
And it was nice to be able to see, another dynamic for Marina Shafir, and
Right.
I kind of like that, and I hope that they do revisit a little bit more with the whole Roddy and Marina thing, because they are legitimately together, and it felt like commentary was trying to hide that a bit.
Yeah, they didn't really want to bring it up because then it adds I guess I understand. Some people were like, "Why?" It was like elephant in the room, and I understand why you wouldn't want to mention it because then it becomes it's a storytelling. It's Chekhov's gun. You can't introduce something that you're not going to use, right? Like so, if you mention the wife thing, then you kind of have to start a thing like Roddy and Marina Shafir and the Death Riders have to be involved in some way. Then we get segments with Marina Shafir basically being this fox or this furry in the
Oh,
meme. Why does this furry have two furry parents? And that's probably the whole fucking thing right there. Anyway.
ain't that how that goes? I do also love, speaking of like the whole like couples thing. I still will always think about how, when the Death Riders get into a brawl and it happens to be around where Renee is, Shafir just scoops her up and takes her out.
That's actually great. You're right. You're right about that. That's like her job. Excuse me. You belong to Mr. Moxley. You have to get out of danger.
See, I like this aspect of I'll hurt any opponent in here, but not my Roddy.
Right? He's mine. She just lifts him up and takes him with her. That's my man.
And I'm happy that they kind of brought that into it too with Garcia being there, because like she didn't need to do anything to try to affect her man, but Garcia sure did.
Garcia. We're gonna have to see where this thing with Garcia goes. Part of me feels like they just did that to have him on TV, and they don't have an idea of what it means yet. Like we just put him in we just slotted him in the pack spot. His back is injured.
We had to do something in the 2300
Yeah,
arena.
yeah. They need a guy for a thing we have coming. And I hope that's not the case though. But here we are. But we did a segment, and it's been a long time since Tony Khan makes an off-camera appearance on Dynamite. But he did tonight. MJF is in the office screaming at him, tells him, I hope you're happy when another Briscoe was in the dirt. It's on you, not me. And Tony Khan screams back, or I forgot what MJF told him that made Tony Khan angry, or he was basically refusing to wrestle. That's what it was.
I mean, Tony Khan was standing up for the tradition and the sport of professional wrestling.
Yeah, as he does, which is as he does.
Like, of course, that's the thing that makes Tony Khan yell back at you.
Hold on, you son of a
My
bitch!
man.
Don't disrespect my art form.
I love it.
Yeah,
Me too, man. Me
MJF.
too.
MJF tells him, well, I'm gonna kill Mark Briscoe. So, and I was like, and people are so funny because they get mad. Well, there goes MJF saying the low hanging fruit, and I was like, first of all, I think it's a little different. Like he's a dickhead, so he would say something like that. But also, I'm sure they make it seem like Mark Briscoe doesn't know. Like he's just caught off guard. Like, how can he say that? Like Mark Briscoe is okay with it. Then who the fuck are you?
Honestly, at that point.
Anyway, yeah. So that was that,
Meat
and that's
time.
MJF not here because he is off. What is he shooting? What fucking movie is he shooting? He's shooting something. MJF cast. What the fuck? Oh, he's in goddamn. Oh god, he's in Violent Night too. Nice, bro.
All right.
That's really cool.
He's still going.
I like Violent Night. Did you see Violent Night? David Harbour. He's like Santa
Nope.
Claus in a house that's getting robbed. And
I
they,
saw Santa's sleigh way back in the day.
Yeah, it's much better than that.
Anything is.
Yeah.
I think Santa with muscles was better than Santa's sleigh.
It's okay because if David Harbour's in the movie, then it's a real sequel. It isn't like Violent
I just love
Night.
David Harbour, so I'm excited for that.
He is great. Anyway, MJF will be defending his CMLL World Middleweight Championship this Friday in a mask versus title match against Mystico. It should be great. We follow that up with
Meat.
Lashley defeating Toa Leona in an awesome match. What the fuck? I was like, oh shit, this is great.
I think there's a lot of people that always say, oh, Bobby Lashley's got to look like $1 million in every match. But, like, man, he made Toa look like a beast.
He gave him a lot. That's the first thing I was thinking. And you know what? I said he did that shit. He was proving a point.
Yeah.
You know he was proving
Absolutely.
a point. But Toa,
I heard the rumors about me.
Toa looked great, though. And it wasn't just because Bobby was selling a lot. Like, Toa performed. And he like went out there, he got his opportunity, and he took it.
Absolutely.
And listen, you guys who listen to us, we've been on this Gates of Agony train for a long time, and since the AEW dark days. And I'm so glad to see them coming around. And they're like, I keep saying, they're like the only big men in AEW that work like big men, except for Lance Archer, but he's old, and even he does fucking moonsaults, or he used to till he landed on his fucking head.
Yeah.
He's like, never mind.
No more.
I ain't doing that again. So Toa Leona, I forgot how he lost. Oh, he got choked out. Bobby Lashley choked his big ass out.
I like too that it was like his reflex where he like almost like tongue death grips the referee, just reflexes. Yeah. Like that was cool. I also really enjoyed the part where MVP gets involved because Ricochet was like standing over his guy, and MVP just bang like punches him right out, and the crowd went wild.
Knocked the shit out of Ricochet too, and he actually broke his cane over Ricochet post match. He got smoked. Khan and Leona, Khan and Leona tried to jump Lashley, but it didn't really work out. But anyway, we got that trios match on Sunday that should be great between these three at Gates of Agony. Hopefully and Ricochet. Hopefully they get a great opportunity to show out. Did you see Ricochet's top 12 anime?
No, I didn't.
Wait.
Was it like the kind of like selection where like you kind of put them in because he didn't know which one was coming next? Yeah. Yes, I think I did.
And people gave him shit because like they were like, oh, it's kind of generic. And then he kept saying like there was something he hadn't finished. And so these are not like his top 12. These are just what ended up being ranked. But then he releases them on Twitter, and they are pretty much exactly what was on the fucking what was on the list. So I don't know if he was being a heel or whatever. But yeah, I was like, this is a Generic as fuck. Anyway, we post after that we had FTR, Cope and Christian
Ooh, that ketchup packet.
catch up packet. FTR, they said they brought Edge into the company, but he made it about himself, so they're gonna take care of him and all out. Edge says he took the spotlight, but that's because the fans gave it to him. They didn't want that. If they wanted them to have the spotlight, they would. Christian says, I know there's fines, and I don't care how much the fines are because I'm rich. So he busts that. As soon as he did that shit, I said, oh, damn, he knocked the shit out of Dax with the microphone. But I didn't know he knocked him like that.
This picture doesn't even do the image that we saw justice, because like his sinuses were swelling, he was gushing blood. Like I thought that nose was broken, and it might be.
He was basically like letting the blood drip out of his mouth. It was fucking what a sight. But it was the mouth. It was the mouth though, because I think when I saw Christian busting with it, like it hit him right in the fucking mouth. I think he bit something. I think it was great though. It was a great segment. For whatever reason, they started hitting finishes on the security guards. I was like,
As one does.
didn't Dax just learn? Like, didn't they just learn from what happened with Adam Priest? What the fuck?
I remember, was it like last week or the week before, where they just like randomly started beating up like the camera crew?
Oh, they're angry. But also, Cope and Christian started destroying security guards. Execution, unprettier. Anyway,
I also think about the because we had the home country singing Metalingus by Alter Bridge, and truthfully, they kind of lost it towards the end.
Yeah, what's that about?
And they quite a few of them messed up their lyrics, and like probably 2/3 messed up or gave up, and then like the remaining third just kind of rolled with it. But they got it back in the end, and I think that's what matters. So hopefully at the pay-per-view they do it right.
They just started cheering. They just gave up and started cheering.
Yeah, we messed up. Yeah,
we fucking suck. Anyway, we had the Young Bucks.
And really quick, I want to say too, like this isn't even the first time that specific thing has happened. So I almost think it would be beneficial if they just put the lyrics on screen.
You know, if they're gonna put so much emphasis on singing, putting the lyrics on the Tron would not be the worst idea.
At least towards the end, because that's always the part that gets messed up.
And they have the production budget to even put like a little edge head bouncing on the words.
Yes.
So, Tony, if you're listening,
The edge head.
karaoke time, motherfucker. The Young Bucks were backstage talking to Charlie, the production guy, giving him money so that they can get their entrance theme back. And they've apparently spent half of the $500,000 that they won.
They lost a good chunk gambling as well.
At the casino. They give Renee Young $10,000 so that she can be nice. And yes, she loves them. They give a fan, a quote unquote fan. But maybe it was a real fan. I don't know.
I think it was a real fan because she seemed like genuinely happy to receive some money there.
That'd be great if it was. I would actually really like that. I hope she pops up on Twitter like as a person. Otherwise, I'll be suspicious because it's wrestling. I don't trust wrestlers.
Speaking of don't trust wrestlers, also don't trust wrestlers with money, because I guarantee we're gonna hit a point where they spend or lose all of this money again.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so funny.
They're gonna probably blow their whole budget on like the pay-per-view and like, no, we'll get it back when we win, and then they don't win.
Speaking of the Young Bucks, the current storyline on being the Elite sees them getting messages from Jack Perry, first ignoring them, and now he sends them a knife in the mail saying, "This is what you stabbed me in the back with."
He just sends that like clip from like Young Rock.
He also posted a video this week of himself making the knife, like a psychopath.
He is a blacksmith.
He is, though, a legitimate one. What an interesting hobby to have.
That's the most random hobby to have.
I blacksmith. What do you do for fun? I make metal things. Oh shit, he really is a fucking jungle boy. All right.
Yeah, it's not at all where I'm sure people thought Matthew Perry's son.
He's a pro wrestling blacksmith.
Why are we making him a wrestling blacksmith? That's like the coolest thing.
I but he is, right? He made his
Did I say
TNT
Matthew Perry? I meant Luke
championship.
Perry.
Oh shit.
Wrong Perry. Yeah, they're both
Oh,
gone.
rest in peace, possibly. I don't know them, but I knew their TV characters. But yeah, so the Young Bucks versus Bang Bang Gang for the I got
What's
fucking
up?
I got distracted, excuse me. Nick, have you seen Demon Slayer?
No.
It's a good show.
Well, the show, yeah. I thought we were talking about the movie.
Well, no, I didn't want to ask about the movie and then find out you didn't watch the show. But did you watch the show then?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're up to date. It's a fucking good movie.
I'm not up to date, but I'll spoilers don't affect me at all.
You should try. Well, the fucking story's done, and you exist on the internet. I imagine spoilers can't hurt you very much anymore. I mean,
Honestly, at this,
certainly
y'all see how much I post about wrestling. I've never once been hurt by spoilers, and they never.
the movie's incredible. But no, like you should fucking try to see it in theaters. Like incredible.
The in theater
But
experience. All right, I'll do it.
it's one thing. The thing about anime is that it's always really good. But when you fucking put your heart and your money into that shit, goddamn.
And you know what I'm looking forward to that my heart is really invested in next month? My Hero final season.
Final season of My Hero Academia. I have to buy the other seasons. I have the first season. I have the 3 movies. And I think there's a 4th one now that I have to own. Right?
Something like that. Yeah, I still haven't seen any of the movies.
What? They're basically canon, almost, kind of.
Oh, we really went from like 100 down to 75 to 50. I did acquire all of the manga up to like the point where we're at, so I'm pretty good in there. And I have to say, it's very much held true for both manga and anime, which is rare. I feel.
I read the shit out of it. I finished it when I finished. It was really good. The ending is good. You'll enjoy it. I think it'll come across a lot better on the show too. Because the problem with fucking being on the internet is that people exist and they always have opinions, and sometimes they creep into your mind, and you go, is that true? Anyway,
I'm just ready. Hero Killer Stain. Come on.
the AEW Tag Team Championship ladder match qualifier: the Young Bucks versus the Bang Bang Gang. The Young Bucks have money again. They're trying to pay off Rick Knox. He doesn't have any of the shit. But this was a pretty good match. They did pull it out in the end. They are going to the ladder match. Bang 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 still has to Bang Bang Gang still has to regroup. And they people kind of suspect it's gonna be Ace Austin that joins them because they said they had an ace up their sleeve or something like that.
And that would work out.
I think so. I think it works for everyone, especially
Club
if
Gold, baby.
They signed Ace Austin with not knowing exactly where to fit him,
and we haven't seen him since his first match.
I get it. Sometimes you sign a guy and it's like, all right, we doesn't fit, and then why put him on TV? Like, why did he?
How doesn't he fit? You've got like how many different, you had 3 hours, do the Nitro thing and just put out some matches. You got a huge roster. Take advantage of it.
I gotta imagine there's some legal reason why it's not a fucking Dynamite all the way through. But I because it's so weird. Why? WWE used to do Raw as 2 separate episodes, and they would the thing would come up in the middle of the show, the little logo at 9:00, and then it would just keep being Raw, though. Nothing.
Maybe it's like a T contract based thing.
It's fucking weird. Anyway, CMLL's Mascara Dorada versus Beast Mortos to enter the Unified Championship Triple Threat match, and to my surprise, Mascara Dorada won.
I was not expecting that. I thought it was Mortos for sure.
I almost wanted, but I didn't. I didn't really care because I think both of these are great wrestlers.
Dorado won that crowd over. Things really started falling apart like the middle of the match, but
Yeah,
they were able to do a great job, I think, of getting the crowd back before we had any like UF'd up chants or whatnot. So I think they did a tremendous job of, again, taking control of a kind of a bad situation when things fell apart. And I think Mascara Dorada did a great job also of getting a whole crowd won over because they gave him a standing ovation afterwards.
the thing about lucha libre is that it can get sloppy sometimes. I noticed, like not all of it, obviously, not everybody, obviously, but my favorite wrestler never messes up, and it's like, all right, no, I get it, but a lot of times they're moving 100 miles an hour. Everything isn't going to be perfect, and of course, this was one of those situations. Even Mascara Dorada hitting that sexy, crazy ass Hurricane Rana that he does
Yeah.
off the ropes, he couldn't get it all the way. Like it was like weird, but after the match, Kazuchika Okada comes out to confront Dorada, and fucking, I mean, he comes out. Yeah, I was right. What am I trying to fix? After that, Takeshita tries to confront Okada, but
Not long
Dorada
after.
wants to splash on both of them. But he only gets Okada. He was like, "I'll get your ass too," basically, as he points at Takeshita.
And
And
Takeshita made no bones about trying to save Okada, nor really Don Callis, because he was still technically right there too, and he could have got it.
he just walked out of the way. Excuse me.
That's on you. He's there for you.
I think a big story point in the triple threat match is going to be who is Don Callis going to cheat for, because he cheats. He's going to slide that weapon in, and it's going to be his choices made, and potentially they kill Takeshita at this pay-per-view. We'll see though. It's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy that.
I think too the big thing with giving Dorada this spot over Mortos, I think, is also a way of Tony Khan wanting to build some goodwill for CMLL, have one of their guys get in the spot.
No, that's exactly it. That's fine. That's great, actually. Of all people, too, Mascara Dorada, one of the best fucking wrestlers in the world right now.
Absolutely, and it's not like he's a stranger because the audience has been getting used to him lately. So
Yeah, 100%. I'm surprised. I heard, actually, I was going to say I'm surprised. I heard that he has like a double contract, just like,
Hechicero,
yeah. As you said,
that's pretty cool. All right, so we'll be seeing more of Dorada. So maybe it's not just a goodwill gesture.
right? We will see, though. We will see. So we had the no holds barred. Well, we had Tony Storm come out and, her sexual innuendos and all that stuff. But this time, Chris Statlander interrupted her and got in her spotlight. And also,
Jamie Hayter did first.
Oh, wait, Jamie Hayter did first. You're right. And she was like, "Girl, I haven't been champion in a long time." Something about this Tony Storm promos that she's cutting, where she's like suicidal. She wants to lose.
Yeah,
She wants someone to kill her.
it just reminds me of remember when William Regal was in AEW, and I bring this up all the time, and he's just talking like, we're not going to be here forever, and we're all like, is Regal okay? Like,
Die?
Everything good, Regal?
He hated it. He hated being there. He really did. He's such a snake.
Dave Taylor would never.
I can take you back with me if you want.
You know what? I would have been okay if Regal left, but then dropped off Dave Taylor to take his place. That would have been fun.
No, he left us with great Blackpool Combat Club lore that turned into Death Riders lore.
I just want any excuse for the return of Squire David Taylor on Turner Network Television.
That is, he's alive, right?
He is, yeah.
Ah, nice.
He's an old man, but he's alive.
as I hope we all make it to be. Anyway,
those English wrestlers have long careers, but they still are kicking. Johnny Saint, Marty Jones.
Johnny Saint in the audience at fucking, what was the last pay-per-view? Forbidden Door.
And Marty Jones.
In shock at what the fuck is going on in this ring. Like, what is all this? This is crazy. But we had we had the ladies cutting their promo, and then Thekla comes out like, "What do you want, bitches?" She's dressed like fucking Onita. It's awesome.
Hmm.
She comes out to the ring.
What?
Aminata comes out with a trash can, no holds barred. And like I mentioned, I missed the second half of the match, but from what I did see, they beat the dog shit out of each other, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, Thekla, well, not unfortunately, she won because she's on her way to the championship match on Saturday. But unfortunately, Aminata will fall back to her role behind this. I imagine this was um like the gift, because I when Jamie Hayter got injured, they had her come in and she did them the favor of allowing them Thekla to start their feud anyway. She'll take her out, and then when she comes back, they can do something. And so in the meantime, Aminata was slotted in Jamie Hayter's place. But it was always the
Right.
plan that eventually Jamie Hayter would return and she would take her slot. And as you see, that was going to lead to this world championship match. So for Thekla not to, I mean, for Aminata not to just have nothing, like, okay, thank you, get the fuck out of the way, they gave her basically the main event of Dynamite. No holds barred match with Thekla, the
Yeah.
blow off. And that's cool. I mean, fuck.
Hour
That's
2 main event, solid spot.
very good stuff. And so yeah, she loses here, but I don't want her to fall into the fucking void now. Like, god damn it, she is so good, and
Yeah.
I was like so mad that it took a mistake for her to get slotted on television.
And now she's
But
back in the pre-show slot.
and all the women are, and we'll talk about that too. But yeah, and so that was the end of Dynamite and into the Collision Hour, where we had the AEW Tag Team Championship qualifier, Jet Speed versus the Matriarchy. And at this point, Luchasaurus Killswitch is getting tossed around by Kip Sabian. They're arguing, and of course, eventually, Luchasaurus acts like he wants to tag, and then he hops the fuck off. Deliberate as hell. He says, I'm sick of you. And then he's roaring at people, and I imagine that it means fuck you. And he's gone.
Dino speak.
Is the Jurassic Express reunion imminent? And if so, is that what they're going to be called?
I'm a little disappointed that it feels like they kind of dropped the Frankenstein's monster shtick already when it came to the Killswitchosaurus.
I thought Mama Wayne was going to be in charge of him. Like, that's kind of how.
That would have been cool. Oh my gosh. Like, he's Frankenstein's monster and she's Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. I thought
that would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been really fun.
I
Wasted.
I think Mother Wayne would make a good Bride of Frankenstein.
You're right about them kind of rushing, like this Luchasaurus Jack Perry thing. Which is, I mean, I imagine that's what it's gonna be. Like, I think that's the only direction you can go in. We got the Young Bucks. They are slowly but surely becoming baby faces again, and they're gonna need a heel team with built-in story. And you got Jack Perry, and you got Luchasaurus. So it's all right there. But of course, there have been times where it's all been right there, and it still gets lost. So we'll see.
And that trigger's not getting pulled for some reason, and it's so obvious.
Yeah, it's happened. I look at
the Young Bucks.
Yeah. I'm so glad that Dax agrees with me silently. Just with a head nod on video. I have that forever.
Perfect.
Anyway,
there you go. There's the proof.
Talking about pieces all being there and trigger not being pulled, Riho defeats Charlotte Renegade with Mercedes Moné in the crowd, or watching on the side. I was certain that we would get the beginning of Mercedes' long wanted faction with the Renegade twins, and nothing. I was like, damn, what the fuck? They didn't even look at each other.
Charlotte was just the jobber here.
She's a complete jobber. Anyway, fucking Mercedes Moné's ringside. She jumps Riho in the ring post match. You know how that goes.
That one sister has been injured forever at this point.
Is she still injured? I thought this was her, and she came back.
Oh, is this? Oh, wait, yeah, this is Charlotte. Where's Robin Renegade?
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
It's like the Martins. They just keep getting hurt. If it's not one, it's the other.
Gosh, remember when we thought they were going to be like a big deal? That makes me sad. Anyway, Oh, man. I'm so sad. Greg acted like he was coming, but
It's gonna. We're approaching a good time for him to pop in because this is approaching my time to top off.
We had Darby Allin do a video with Bryan Danielson where he basically made Danielson give him his word that he would not get involved in the match with Moxley at All Out. Bryan agrees, but he's gonna need something from Darby, and he whispers.
This is broadcast journalist Danielson too.
It is. You see the haircut. He's got the pushback on the hair.
He had the little notepad and everything. He was sitting on the stool that like Jim Ross used to sit on for these promos.
It's great. He's so good. He's the best. His commentary is awesome too. Like shit.
He did a great job.
How's he good at everything? Everything.
Just like Morthos, he's the perfect man.
The main event of AEW Dynamite: Hedge Setter and Josh Alexander defeating Top Flight to earn a spot in the 4-way championship ladder match. Fucking incredible. Don Callis with his fucked up Spanish. That doesn't mean what he thinks it does.
I totally didn't fall asleep by this part and had to quickly go through it.
We had a post-match beatdown where they tried to kill Christopher Daniels, but Scorpio Sky and Jet Speed run out to save them.
Nice to see Scorpio in the ring.
It is nice to see Scorpio again. Technically not on Dynamite, I guess. But the Young Bucks run out to beat down Jet Speed, and then Brodito runs out to even everything out. They clear the ring, but Daniels is alone again. He's going to get killed until Hangman runs out to save him. Only Hangman's allowed to kill Christopher Daniels.
And then be friends with him after.
I love you. Except Fletcher attacks Page from behind, beats him down. Page fights back. It's not enough. Sheer drop brainbuster through the table at ringside, just like Kenny Omega. So that means that by power scaling rules, Hangman Adam Page is now considerably stronger than Kenny Omega.
I thought you were going to mention something like how like the Saiyans get stronger every time they almost die.
Well, that would be the case, except Kenny came back half dead. Hangman here is going to come back on Sunday.
Ready, willing, and able.
And going to successfully retain his championship.
He's going to retain. He's going to be fine, too.
He's going to not have no fucking injuries.
This did nothing to him. No selling or anything.
Oh, God. Greg is here.
Greg's here.
Hi, Greg.
Greg came in right when I'm going to be leaving.
We're just finishing with Dynamite September to remember. Literally the end of the show. This is how we close with Hangman Page.
No, the end. According to HBO Max, the end of Collision.
Yeah, well, not even. According to HBO Max, midway through the 2-hour block that we are contracted to have every week, because we had the countdown immediately after this that aired videos.
Okay, so this did count as Collision then.
Yeah, it did. It 100% did because
I like the main event of Dynamite was happening, and then like the screen went dark, and I just assumed it was the end of the ad break because that's what happens on HBO
That's
Max.
what I said.
There's like this period of nothing where there's an HBO Max breaker before the event comes back. I was just like, this breaker's lasting a really long time. Oh, the show's over.
Because on YouTube TV, it was listed as just a really long Dynamite.
Oh, yo. Before you leave,
HBO Max had it as Dynamite and Collision, two separate shows.
Before you leave, you have YouTube TV, so no ESPN. What the fuck is that about? You get nothing, and you're expected to like it.
Good day, sir.
that implies I'm going to watch anything outside of AEW.
Oh, god damn.
You are a senior content manager, sir. You have to suffer the same indignity as the rest of us.
That's what certain other websites are for.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was trying to figure out how
Stephanie McMahon wants you to use a VPN.
Stephanie McMahon
We just talked about that earlier.
Stephanie McMahon is right, because that's exactly how I'm gonna do it. I already have Netflix, so like I'm not gonna I'm not going to pay for ESPN. I'm absolutely not going to pay for ESPN. What a mess! And you know what? It's been theorized that they're locking people out because Disney owns YouTube. I mean, excuse me, Google owns YouTube. Disney owns Hulu, and
Yes.
so if you buy Hulu, you'll get the Disney bundle where you get for $30 or whatever, you get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for a year before they raise the price on you.
With some
So
ads.
they want to lock you into buying that shit. But I did hear the ESPN, one of the VPs up there at a media call today said that there were going to be announcements for deals on Friday. So we'll see.
Deals $1 off.
We'll see the deal, like the AEW
The first month.
pay-per-view deal on HBO Max.
Jenny
$10
deals.
off. But HBO Max costs $10.
It's
Yes,
like
but
that thing where it's like the kid at Walmart and he's just like, "Oh, this is on sale. It's $5. What was it before? Oh, it was $5."
$4.99. This is great. It's got a 4, not a 5. Anyway,
It's like the gas station thing where they have like the extra decimal point over.
it never says 420 either. It always says 419. I got nothing to take a selfie with. I hate that. I hate that.
It's always everywhere else that they do go to the 420.
So that's Dynamite, and that's the end of our time with Nick.
That's the end of Nick.
It's the end of Nick. He goes away like like that Indian guy that used to come on at the end of TV. The dude that
What?
the fucking Native American dude that comes on. He used to come on at 2 a.m. and then he'd be like, "That's the end of your show." Like that's the end of television, and then TV would end. TV used to end. There used to be an end of TV in the middle of the night.
I don't
Like,
remember
yeah.
any of that.
Me neither.
It's not a thing to remember. I learned about it afterwards. I
Oh,
think
okay.
your moms would probably remember it, but
Perhaps.
What we do remember the Chicagoland area was like a sign off. I think it was on like ABC or NBC, one of those networks.
he just says duck.
No, but what it was is it was like it would end, and then it would be like the military doing like their little sign off. They'd fold the flag and everything, and then right when it go off the air in '91 and I think '93 as well, then there was like this really weird, creepy looking picture, and it was like a missing person, Joanna Lopez.
That's horrifying. That is a horrifying last thing to see before you go to bed or like at night. Like what
For
the fuck?
everyone listening, like when you're done listening to this show, look up the Joanna Lopez mystery. It is wild.
Wow.
What the fuck? That's
I just
horrifying,
remember
man.
I just remember having a channel called The Box where they played music videos incessantly.
I remember Music Choice.
Oh, Music Choice was fun.
Remember that? You should put the
There was a
channel
lot of
on,
options there.
pick your genre, and you just let the thing play.
That was a good one.
I remember that. That was later, yeah.
I like
They
the
all-
paid programming ones where it was like the local government notices, and then like they'd have like a real like funky song in the background.
I like the paid programming that was Girls Gone Wild. They used to have 30 whole ass minutes.
30
Girls
minutes
Gone
of
Wild.
censored, but
It was
titillating.
censored, but I was like fucking 12. It was enough.
It was more than you were getting, right?
I was like, whoa, is this how society works? Little did I know. That was
Dude,
not going to be
that-
around
that-
when I was
That
older.
was the fucking 90s. That was the 90s. It was like here's
The
like
90s
here's
were a
some Girls
time.
Gone Wild on your TV, and here's fucking Jerry Springer, and like
But here's the thing, right? You're a 90s kid, and you watch this Girls Gone Wild stuff, and you watch MTV Spring Break, and you see the titties, and you see the fucking beads, and they throw beads at New Orleans and shit. And I can't wait
and the
to
thong
get-
song.
the thongs and all these things, and I can't wait to get old enough to do that too. And as soon as I fucking get old enough, everybody else decided it was wrong. What the fuck? I wasn't ready for this.
Well, no, see, it wasn't wrong to do for every 20-year-old that still went to spring break. It was
I'm
wrong to
20 now.
broadcast.
It's my
It was
turn.
wrong to broadcast.
My fucking
FCC
turn.
allows this.
It's my turn. If you don't have a broadcast to influence it, the culture disappears, Greg. Then now it's my turn, and there's no culture. I wanted to
Remember-
get drunk and see breasts.
Remember the GGW partnership they had with WWE, and then Tess
Yes.
was the host.
Absolutely,
Really?
because they did a real Girls Gone
I
Wild
don't
with
remember
Lydia
that.
and Tori,
Oh no!
and they were at the event on like stage and
I-
shit.
Test was the host.
Test was the host. You're right. Yeah, that happened.
I
That
gotta
really
go back
happened.
to some Nydia interviews to see her talk about that.
Honestly,
shit.
Nydia was a big part of the Girls Gone Wild thing. I think that Vince really wanted to see her naked, but I don't think it happened. I don't remember her actually getting naked. I don't think Vince
No, and there
succeeded.
were
That
like
evil,
several
evil man.
opportunities because Playboy kept coming around at that point.
I'm sure she probably was like, "Please no."
I'm sure she had enough just making out with Jamie Noble every week.
Come on, Nydia.
She also doesn't like. She
That's
also like
snitch, Jamie Noble.
rarely does media.
I never see her again. She'll be on Maven's YouTube one day. Watch.
Maybe
Everybody
like she
shows
did.
up there.
She had done an interview a few years ago, and it was like the first interview she'd done in years about pro wrestling. It's like she's not one of those people that talks about it constantly.
I think about how like now everyone's a Stevie Richards fan. John, I guarantee you remember when I was the original Stevie Richards fan.
I was gonna say not Kyle Fletcher.
I'll show you. You'll see.
Stevie's got a funny YouTube. He doesn't say anything like crazy. He just be repeating what he sees on like the WWE Twitter, and like he'll turn into like headlines.
Because from what I've seen, like he is pretty honest and genuine. I feel like he's not like the grifter,
he
like a
just
Bischoff.
critiques.
But I think there's so many people that take his critiques because they look at like just like the one side he's talking about, and then they go on and just like it's him. He just disagrees with me, so therefore he is on their side. And then they call him like a Bischoff and everything, and I'm like, I don't feel that way about him.
No, I mean it's like he's mostly in line. Like he's never had an opinion that's like out of line, so he doesn't go into the headlines because it's like in line with things you've already heard. So the Kyle Fletcher thing was funny because Kyle was like, okay, well, I will watch his whole fucking video and see what he had to say about me. And then he watched it and he felt it was just kind of empty. He was like, nah, it's all the same shit I hear on fucking Twitter. That doesn't mean anything.
I didn't think it was really bad. Like I do.
No.
I don't hate the critique either because I think there is just like something missing, and I think it's one of those things because we've talked about it on the WCW podcast. How when we first see Sting, enter the scene, and we saw his match with Butch Reed. Sting has all these elements, and you could tell this guy's going to be great, but it's just not all packaged together yet. And eventually, in a few years, Sting does get that. I think maybe just a little bit of seasoning. That's what Fletch needs.
To make a contemporary comparison about that, I felt the same way against a lot of heat at the time about Bianca Belair in NXT. I'm like, it's there. I know it's there. She hasn't figured it out yet. This push you were all thinking of ain't there yet. Give some time.
I was that way with Will Ospreay when he first became a heavyweight.
Okay.
I used to tell Greg. I was like, damn, he got that big ass jacket that he just bought, but it don't look like it fit. It don't look like it fit yet. There's still something. It's still something.
Put some meat under it.
He'll get there. And I mean, that's like essentially what he's saying is like, oh, well, he's young, and it's like, how can you fix that? I can't fix being young except to get older.
Exactly.
I'll be there someday.
I mean, you can mature at whatever weight you want in this industry. Like that depends on the person, but
I think he's doing just fine.
I get that.
I saw this meme, and I want to ask your guys' opinion on this before I go. It just says, tried to order a Big Mac in the Bronx, and they gave me clam chowder. I hate this city.
It's fucked up if you try to tell him no. Yeah, you fucked this up. Now you're in a fight.
All right. I like how that's like my last thing. That's what makes me leave.
This is what Nick.
I've never heard of that before.
I sent it to our little chat.
It's just a meme. Don't worry, Greg. You didn't miss something out.
All right, Greg. It was nice to see you for a little bit. All right, fellas. Love y'all. I'll see you guys next time.
We broke those off before this pod, and it went bad.
Oh, it's time. There it is. Oh my gosh, there it is. Yeah, for those of you watching.
Oh my God. Good night, Nick.
Good night.
Hello, Greg. How have you been?
It's time for the weekly topics portion of the podcast.
Nick took a lot of background noise that I didn't realize was here with him. Like there was there was I guess a humming that I didn't realize was going on until he took it with him,
Maybe it
and
was a
now
fan.
it's like really quiet. I was like, oh, okay, this is
Maybe it was
peaceful.
maybe it was a fan.
Anyway,
My fan's on. I'm surprised you don't hear that.
yeah, I didn't hear any. I guess compared to that, it's nothing.
I guess so.
Like now that you mention it, now that I listen for it, I can hear it. You shouldn't have said that. But,
Now it's a part of my life.
so you didn't miss anything. We talked about Dynamite. That's about it.
Dynamite.
Do you have any thoughts on September to remember?
It was. I remember when I first tuned in, and I was like an hour fucking late because I was out. I was like, oh, okay, we're finally out of the fucking ECW arena. Oh, right, we're in London.
London, Ontario.
Ontario. Yes, yes, I'm sorry. I should be clear. Not to be mistaken for London, England, the
The
obvious
only,
choice.
the only
Uh,
other London.
The only other. When I found out there were other Bronxes, that fucked me up.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, there's one down south. It's fucking weird. And then I heard about this band called the Bronx, and I found out they were from California, and that kind of upset me. Uh, yeah, I tuned in and I caught up to. I think I showed up right before. What was the second before Tony Storm's promo?
I don't have the results. Oh, yes, I do. Let's see. There was the Beast Muertos versus Mascara Dorada match. And
Yes,
then,
I think I
yeah,
I think I popped. I think that I popped in just for some lucha, and I was just like, yeah, this is a good reflection of what I've been dealing with lately.
yeah, they were a little they were a little sloppy, but
Little sloppy.
a little sloppy. But yeah, we were talking about how they move 100 miles an hour, and they don't always connect. But
I believe I specifically sent you like that weird Canadian destroyer moment where I just went womp.
Brian's funny as fuck. It's a destroyer in Canada. Such a great.
Brian Danielson is sort of just like he can do his job, but like he he's got like he won't close the nerd hole completely. He'll just let a little crack. And
He's
as long as he has a little bit of an outlet for his nerddom, it won't. He can control it.
It's just enough. I like it. I love it. He's gonna be a great commentator. How is he great at every single aspect of this business? I swear to God.
Well, he
The
wasn't always great at promos, but he got there.
He got there, and now he's fucking killing it.
Yeah,
But anyway, I could talk about Brian forever.
I
But
understand that. I caught that. I looked back a little bit and I caught that there was an actual Bobby Lashley singles match.
and he wrestled the shit out of Toa Leona. They killed it.
Yeah, and I saw a few clips of that. I saw that I thought this was pretty generous for a younger guy. Bobby Lashley let Leona give him the old like the chest resistance.
Yeah.
Like it made him look pretty fucking tough. Like that's when you're kind of a low level dude, no matter how good you look, that's very generous from a very tenured guy like Bobby Lashley.
He's out there to prove a point because he heard what they've been saying. That's what I said. That's what I
Maybe,
was saying. That's what I was saying with Nick earlier.
maybe it's interesting. That would be interesting because I don't. Shelton, yes, I don't think of Bobby as an online guy.
Nah, everyone is. I don't think of my dad as an online guy. I found out he has a TikTok. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but so
Because obviously, there's some of these wrestlers you can tell are chronically online.
yeah, just based on the things they say in promos and the amount of
Yeah.
things that like Ricochet.
MJF is chronically online.
MJF is definitely online to the point where he wants to even be involved in the popular online podcast groups. Like, hey, I'd like to hang out with you guys too.
Oh
You old
god.
as fuck, my guy. You old as fuck.
And now he's out here fucking making John comments with an Andrade.
And that'll be fun. That was funny. I wonder if that. I was like, damn, he's bugging out. What the fuck?
Like,
um,
oh, making Charlotte jokes. Okay, that's where we are.
basically, I have that. I have those. I was looking for them now to pull them up. I thought I sent them to Nick. I guess I did not. But Andrade and we'll talk about Andrade. Andrade is gone from the WWE. That happened.
Indeed, it did.
Happened on a Saturday morning. I was like, what the fuck?
And
Um,
apparently against against his wishes.
yeah, so here's the funny thing. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like obviously Andrade,
I'll get you very wrong, sir.
it didn't work out in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't working out in WWE. And for what it's worth, in AEW, when he fucking left, stupidly, we talked about it, and I was gonna pull the audio of us talking about how he could be the first guy
Shit.
to. Oh shit! Greg just
Go ahead.
fell. Greg
It's
just
okay.
fell.
Well, we could have covered it up with the fucking logo, but you gave it away.
No, I thought that was funny as hell. He just fell.
You piece of shit.
Anyway, I wish I could have pulled the audio because I am fairly certain that we said he was stupid to go because it was they started pushing him and using him, and he did the Continental Classic, and he was fucking. They had plans for him, and then he decided to go.
And even
then,
before that, like when I'm sorry, but even before that, I want to say he was in the big program with Cody Rhodes.
yeah, it was like, damn, you were just not giving it time. Like you're stupid to go. And then you go back to WWE. What do you think is gonna happen? They paraded like, look, we got this guy from AEW, haha, and then they threw him into the fucking like go
Yeah.
to trash with you. Like, oh man, it happened exactly how we predicted it. And so when they said he was gone, people kind of assumed he asked to leave, but
Mm-hmm.
it was said to be a disciplinary thing that it isn't clear, and for whatever reason they released not released, but you know how WWE works. But they like sources from WWE dropped information to John Alba of Sports Illustrated and told him that Andrade had recently been escorted out of the building at a WWE event. He hadn't been back since.
Right.
And that also he failed a wellness test during this run.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as they know, it's not connected to the disciplinary action that removed him from the company.
I thought it was.
So I'm like, you won't tell us why he left or why you fired him, but you gave us two random negative pieces of information that didn't exist before this. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
But I like that. I was like, damn, they just gonna smear him on the way out. I guess that's weird. That's funny.
Yeah.
I
And
imagine because it was suggested that he could have refused a drug test, and because you can also get suspended for refusing drug tests,
Interesting.
and you get the same suspension, if you failed one.
Okay. It's basically automatic failure.
Yeah. So that was suggested specifically. So I'm
Okay.
gonna take that as that's exactly what happened. Because when they report things, they have to say, "Well, it's a possibility." And I'm like,
Yes.
"Well, where did that possibility come from?"
Yeah, because as long as there's no official statement from the company, it's just
Yeah.
like something that could have happened.
To putting that together, he was like, "I'm not taking your drug test." As a matter of fact, I don't even want to work here anymore. There was a rumor that he stopped picking up their phone calls. He just stopped answering calls.
I brought my whole ass gimmick to this country. I like my cool ass black mask.
You see the Black Mask thing? I watched that one Batman movie. That was fucking cool.
Which Batman movie was it, Andrade?
With the Harley Quinn.
God damn it, Andrade.
And so it's
You
funny
watched
because
one movie with your ex-wife and you were just like, I got it. That guy.
people are like, "Oh my god, Andrade," and I'm laughing because he's a luchador. This is what
Yes.
they do. This is what they do.
My friend would
Uh,
hate you right now because he hates the use of like luchador as if it's a different term.
It fucking is. He's a Mexican wrestler. He's a luchador. They say lucha libre. They don't say professional wrestling. And then when they talk about professional wrestling in America, they don't call it lucha libre, and they don't call the wrestlers luchadors. So it's like, different
Yeah.
cultural terms can mean something, even if they have technical
Similarities.
like it's like anime and cartoons. The word
Yeah.
anime technically means cartoon, and like if
I
you
don't know.
want it
Some
to be
people don't, John. You've heard these arguments.
exactly though, it's like that serious. And I think the same thing of luchador.
I think it's
Because
funny when some people say like because of the known technicality. I think it's very funny when a company looks like it says Pro Wrestling Lucha Libre. I was just like, okay, that's hilarious.
what is it? Chai tea? Well, anyway, you can also be a masked wrestler and not be a luchador. Like
Yes.
so you can be, and then
And you
where
can be a
there's
luchador and not be a masked wrestler.
there's a gray area
You
though.
can just be a stripper like Latin Lover.
Some Japanese wrestlers are masked and then they spend significant amount of time in Mexico. And so then now you start wondering like
Does
fuck,
that
like
count? Yeah.
do you count like as a luchador? Like
On a technical level, wouldn't Hayabusa be a luchador?
right? Like what the
Because
fuck?
he created that gimmick in Mexico and then just brought it back to Japan.
Right? Like dude, you're a luchador. What the fuck is like and then it gets when you get in the
Yeah.
weeds, it gets real fun. You can have some fun with that.
Because
But
like by all logic, right? Like people consider Oswald Dragon a luchador.
I a lot of people do consider him a luchador, and they actually don't. But they only know pictures of him, and they know that he was on WCW, and they know that WCW had luchadors. But they, so you just put it together, like all
You
together.
don't know any better. You're just like Rey Mysterio, Oswald Dragon, same thing.
Yeah, right. And then he did a little thing in WWE, and they used him in the cruiserweights as cruiserweights. So yeah, what were we talking about? Good lord.
We were talking about Andrade and Lucha.
That's right. Andrade is a luchador, and he did luchador things. He stopped taking them phone calls. He decided he didn't want to work there anymore.
Good
Now,
lucha things.
my initial reaction is like, AEW shouldn't just take him back.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want it to seem like that's a possibility for everybody. Like you set a pretty bad precedent. Like I certainly don't want Rusev thinking there's a door back open over here.
And then your next reaction was, well, Noah just lost Dr. Wagner, and I was just like, yeah, they're using his brother now.
Yeah, rest in peace. Those hopes. There's not room for more than one luchador at Noah. Like, sorry,
we have one.
Especially
no, there's actually two other ones because they have.
I was gonna say if they count Ninja Mac.
Not Ninja Mac, but that's a good point. They also have like I think Mecha Wolf and the other guy in a tag team.
Is Mecha Wolf working over there? I didn't know that.
I think so, or some other wolf. I'll look it up right now. But there are two other
smoke that shit away.
There are two other luchador guys that are working in Noah right now that are a tag team.
I think most obvious destination for him right now would be like CMLL, but then they don't pay nowhere near what he is currently used to.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mecha Wolf is a different guy. Alpha Wolf and Dragon Bane. Those are the two luchadors that are at Noah tag.
I was gonna say because I thought maybe he was still not Mecha Wolf, was Mecha 450 or whatever the fuck his name is, but he's Puerto Rican. I don't think you can be a luchador if you're from Puerto Rico. It doesn't count.
It's not the same.
I don't think that counts.
Well, there goes Savio Vega's chances.
I definitely don't think he counts as a luchador at all.
I love it.
That's great. I can't believe
I love it. The word for pro wrestler in Puerto Rico is just bloody.
It's just yeah, blood. I was gonna say something horrible, but I left it alone.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah. So Andrade, I didn't want AEW to take him right back, but then it's like the report is that like he didn't burn bridges there,
Okay.
though they were annoyed because he told them that he was gonna stay, and then they had plans, and then he ended up leaving.
It didn't seem like they did.
I guess coming off the Continental Classic, because this was like so he did the Continental
I'm
Classic
sorry,
in
you
like
meant the
December.
AEW plans.
Yeah. But you like he didn't burn bridges in AEW, so like they're saying it's probably like really possible that he will go back. And I was like,
Yeah.
and then they have the connection with CMLL, and it's like so that one's almost obvious. But I
Was
like I said,
CMLL where he was working, or was it AAA?
CMLL, as La
Okay.
Sombra.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you're right. Because
that's it.
CMLL would have had the New Japan connection, and they
Yeah.
worked. And yeah, that's why I was introduced to him. Okay, fair enough.
So I mean, I guess he'll show up in AEW, but like I hate that.
Actually, does New Japan have a spot?
They always do. They gave Ziggler and his shitty brother a chance.
That's true. Maybe he could go back to New Japan. There's some history there. Oh,
You know what's funny? There's no like official report, but if you use context clues, like that New Japan Ziggler thing just didn't work. It
I don't
just
remember it. I don't even remember it happening. If I'm
they gave him
absolutely
the
honest with you,
global championship, remember, and then
I
nothing.
don't.
They're like, never mind. We were dumb for that. Give it back.
Did he
And
even
then
lose it in Japan?
yeah, I think he won it and then came back and dropped it to like what David Finlay or something.
God, maybe it's
Uh,
because I don't watch David Finlay matches.
unfortunately, he got better, right? Right?
Apparently, like people really liked his G1 semifinal match.
I think he's getting better, and he is a Finlay. God damn it, you got to give him a chance.
I gave him years of chances.
He was too young. We watched him for too long. We some people don't get it for a long time, man.
I still remember fucking C Block Finley. He was like, what was it when he was hanging out with Jay White? He was like, yeah, I'm the leader of C Block, the non-existent C Block.
Miss J White. Anyway,
Oh God, let me mention that for a quick second. I saw one of those. I think it was Austin. Is it Austin who's still healthy?
is he still healthy?
Austin Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
So it
Austin
was,
is the one
I
that,
saw Austin and Juice today, and I was just like, God, do I feel their absence?
oh man, yeah, Colton and Drew and Jay.
Jay, yeah,
They they on Collision teased that. I mean, they didn't tease. They said that.
they outright implied.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of implied that they said they had an ace up their like they said they had to restructure themselves, but they had an ace up their sleeve, and everybody
Okay.
was like, "Oh, Ace Austin just signed,"
Oh
and
God. Oh.
I don't mind it. I think that I mean they wanted Ace Austin just because like you see a commodity you want and it's a competitive environment, and if you leave him there, the other company will take him. So you're like, I need him. I want that one.
That's what happens when you have that. That's how people get jobs when you have that two-party system
Yeah,
in wrestling.
and it's good for wrestlers. Like I mean, shit,
Yeah,
they're getting paid, man.
yeah.
Uh, that's why I was like, you know what? They need a third. Like you said it, you can feel the absence. They need another guy, and
Yeah.
until these come back. So
Also, I
I
just
don't.
miss Jay White.
I also always miss Jay White. And
Um,
for what it's worth, I know he hasn't like peaked. Like he hasn't been like at the top of the top card. And then when he was working the main event, it was like people got really mad at the MJF-ness of it all.
sure.
I just still think there's a lot left, and we can still do things. But
I agree. Also, just because like I appreciated the visual when Jay White stole the belt and was coming out with it, I was just like, that belt looked good.
it damn well
That belt
did.
looked good on you, bro.
You got to come back. You got to put that on.
I think we got to make this a permanent thing.
He'll get back to it. But
Yeah.
man, Andrade, just to close that off,
Yeah.
he's, he's currently feuding with MJF on Twitter, and
Mhm.
MJF is going to be defending the CMLL World Middleweight Championship. No, is it
Not
middleweight?
the
Lightweight.
CMLL World
Lightweight.
Championship.
Because it's one of those two.
No
Fuck.
matter what they want you to think.
Against Mystico. And I imagine like if he was trying to build something with Andrade, it would just take place in Arena Mexico at this point, like a
Yes.
one off.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though. Anyway, speaking of Andrade,
They have a pay-per-view coming up.
well, this Friday we got the CMLL 92nd anniversary show.
Yes.
Big deal, so big that they're going to put it on Triller.
92 Anniversario.
Separate from their Legendario tier on YouTube, where it normally is going to air live.
Yeah.
If you're already a subscriber, you'll get that, as I should be by now, but I'm not. And you know what's
No
funny?
promises.
It was fucked up because I was gonna too early. I was going to subscribe for this show, and then they were like, "But just $20 on Triller." And I was like, "Shit."
Well, shit then. Thanks.
It's a big weekend, man. They want $20 here. AEW wants money. WWE
Yeah.
wants money. I gotta figure out how to pay for all these shows, man.
Yeah.
So that'll be that. It's a good card too. Where's the card? I had the card for the CML anniversary show. I was looking for my boy Neon. He's in a fucking 6-man tag. It's like, okay, it's gonna be
Do
good.
you like know him?
No, I just like him.
Oh,
He's
okay,
really
okay.
good. Some of the ones I've got like little favorites that have developed. Everybody
I
loves
get that.
Mystico, but I like Hedgesero too. I like
No, I've
Neo.
become a Templario guy.
Templario's cool. I like him. I like his mask.
Yes,
That's
I like the
just
whole
sick.
Templar Knight look. It was like, okay, this works for me.
He makes TJP tolerable. He is.
But
They work. He's technically United Empire.
yeah.
That
Technically.
exists. That exists.
Somebody tell New Japan.
That's what I thought about Hedgesero when he first joined the Don Callis family. I was like, is this real? And then it turned out to be like a real thing. Like Don Callis is dead ass now doing his manager thing for Hedgesero. It's great. It's great. It's so good.
Okay, I got it. You want me to go through it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have so far, at least on Cage Match, women's tag team match, Las Chicas Indomables,
Who are they?
La Cherochica, and I don't know how to say this name, Luvia.
Ruvia. It's
This sounds like that fucking movie that annoyed me, like La Takrona.
yeah. You know what? I have that on fucking Voodoo for some reason. I don't know where it came from.
What's this doing here? Whatever. I guess I have it. Versus Persephone and Reina Isis. Isis.
I like Persephone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tall girl.
It's very big.
Not so big next to Bozilla, but that's a tall girl.
I will refuse further comment before I get myself in trouble. But she's very big. I like her.
Fair enough. In a hair versus hair match, you have Ray Buchanan versus Felino.
That sounds. I know Felino. I've seen him. I don't know him enough, but I've seen him.
I know the name, but I couldn't tell you a match.
You see, we're still learning. We're still learning. You got to give us a chance. I already have favorites. I'm getting there.
A 3-way elimination tag match. Averno and Otto Guerrero versus Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Barbaro Cavernario versus Valente and Esfinage.
It's I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking. He was on Hedgesido's heel team on one of those matches we watched on that list.
Okay. That list like no longer access to completion. Um, uh, I don't know if they've updated this. There apparently was supposed to be a Lucha de Apuesta match, but it says it just says question marks here.
Would it be a mystery opponent?
No, because they're both question marks.
Oh, mystery opponents.
Yeah, I guess so, right? We picked two of them. We picked two dudes out of your hat. One of your masses on the line. Suck it.
Wait, what's the name of the match?
No, it just says Lucha de Apuesta match, and it's got two question marks.
Lucha de Apuestas. Is that not a battle royale?
I thought it was the wager match.
Oh yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna Lucha de Apuestas.
And CMLL World Light Heavyweight Title match, title versus mask, MJF versus Mystico.
All right, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. You didn't mention the 6-man. I'm pretty sure I saw that one on a fucking poster.
It wasn't on Cage Match, so I'll see.
Motherfuckers. Anyway, that'll be on Friday, and then Saturday we have WWE Wrestlepalooza and AEW's All Out. Wrestlepalooza. The CM Punk has already started talking shit about the name publicly. That's funny as hell. I'm like, what
Oh,
the
has he?
company thinks about that? Yeah, he was like, I refuse to say that. He's like, I try not to say it at all. But we were talking about Andrade, and it got me thinking about how him and Mello had a fucking excellent series of 7 matches when Andrade first came back, and people were
yes.
like, "Oh man, this is gonna be so good for Andrade, so good for Mello." And then the series of 7 matches ended with Nakamura getting a shot at the championship instead of either of them, and now all 3 of them fell to the wayside.
Jesus. Okay, there are definitely more matches on the
Well, hold on to those because I gotta get
Triller.
to this SmackDown.
Yeah,
thing
go ahead.
now.
Yeah.
But the so I started thinking more about SmackDown and just how it has become like this land where pushes go to die. like remember Jacob Fatu?
Yeah.
He was cool. I liked Jacob Fatu a lot, and then he turned babyface and fucking disappeared.
Did he?
He's gone.
I know they put the strap on him.
And they took it off him in a second. And they gave it to fucking Solo. And then now they gave it to Sami Zayn, who's doing the open challenge thing. And Jacob Fatu's not in that title picture. He's not in the world title picture. He's not having singles matches on SmackDown. He showed up to help Jimmy once.
Is Jacob's international stuff good?
I mean, yes. Because he showed up on international pay-per-views already.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay then. I don't know then.
Thankfully, Drew McIntyre is a lot better off. He's having a WWE Championship match, but he's nowhere near as entertaining as he was during this peak of the CM Punk stuff. And I don't just mean like the Hell in a Cell match. I mean like the guy was on fire otherwise, promos and internet presence, and now he's a little bit, repetitive and a little complacent. But we'll see how this Cody match turns out. Damian Priest, at least he was world champion. He was hot. People cared about him like they care about Jey Uso now. And now he's spinning his wheels with Aleister Black over and over again, brawling. But I guess he was off for a little bit. He was time off.
He had a bunch of nagging injuries, right?
Yeah, but
and he worked that last event hurt.
Yeah. And he is back now. They're still working together. Aleister Black, another funny one, but he just got there, so be patient. Although that's what they said about Andrade. The Jacob Fatu thing is the most glaring one. Where it's like, is he injured?
I admit it's been hard to keep up because, like, once they took SmackDown off Hulu, it's like, okay, I can only keep up with this on YouTube.
YouTube is enough,
I guess.
It really is. If you click just the YouTube videos, as a matter of fact, now they do. They upload a lot. Like they upload a lot of the show onto YouTube.
Yeah, that
Uh,
YouTube money is very useful.
yeah, it really is. That Google, baby.
Yeah, so they know they can throw up a bunch of segments and the occasional full segment up there, and they can just bank on the clicks.
You know where else they're getting money?
Where
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. This guy, man. What's his name? Turkey. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Turki.
Who just had
Turkey
uh,
Al Sheikh.
who just had quite the promotion for the Canelo versus Crawford match this past
Turkey.
weekend.
Turkey Al Sheikh, his excellence, as Triple H called him.
Mm-hmm.
He is an advisor at the royal court under the rank of minister and
Mm-hmm.
the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority. General Entertainment Authority is basically Saudi Arabia's, those are the people that pay for all the shit that they want
Yeah.
now. I mean, I guess, you know how this goes. We've talked about it with Crown Jewel in the past, but it's become really apparent, especially over the weekend with the WWE promoted boxing, match that happened. Like not WWE promoted, but TKO promoted
Yes.
boxing match, and essentially promoted by fucking Nick Khan and Dana White. Like
Yeah.
that's wild, bro. It's insane.
That whole conglomeration was working together on this. Triple H and Stephanie were at the event. UFC's main guy was the one calling the boxing match, along with Max Kellerman and one of the other former boxers whose name escapes me.
It was a
It's a whole put together thing. Yeah, man.
the fucking production value was insane. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is
Yeah.
WrestleMania shit. And it's because they had the same bank of money. It is essentially the same fucking people.
I mean, I want to say that, like I said, when you mentioned to me, I told you, like, when it's a big fight, the boxing production goes all out.
Yeah, but this
They've
was
always been
different.
really good at that. You think so?
I didn't know. Well, I thought so when I saw it, and then when I looked into it, I found out that it is. Apparently this guy Turkey Al Sheikh, for what, or I might be mispronouncing his name. But what the fuck is he gonna do to me? Al Sheikh. What is he gonna behead me? And then they cut to me being beheaded.
Jesus.
No. Apparently, like for all the things that this Saudi Arabian government is paying to own, and a lot of American sports media, like the golf, bare knuckle fighting, TKO, they don't own it, but like they are very, very, very involved with TKO.
Yes.
TKO is like,
The investments are deep.
it's gotta be, and there's like, I don't know how, but like we know that they have the deals, right? We know that they have the deals with Dana White, right? And we know that they have the deals with WWE, but they seem more like very involved with TKO. Like I heard the WWE's they're setting up a headquarters in Saudi Arabia. Like what the fuck?
That leads to some questions.
Doesn't it? Anyway, he is a very big fan of boxing. Like he's a fan of boxing. Like for whatever all these other things they own, it's work. But when it comes to boxing, he really likes this shit.
There's a passion there.
So his idea was like he just wanted to put together the biggest fights. No bullshit. Biggest fights, biggest production.
Yeah.
I want this to happen. No red tape.
Which, if you're not aware, it has been a problem that has plagued boxing for years.
And he just came.
Of promotional management, finagling and negotiating and counter negotiating, and it's a mess.
And he pissed all over that entire like decades worth of culture with just giant unlimited bank. Like I swear there's no end to that bank account. And that changed the game. And a lot of people are like, that's a good thing. Hold on, this is cool. He did get the shit boot out of him. at the event. 70,000 people were like, boo. And he's like, what the fuck did I do? It was the funniest shit. His face is like, what the fuck did I do? I put this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
There's
don't
also
know.
like that massive, as I understand, that massive, how do you put arrangement to try to make Saudi Arabia a tourist attraction?
And this is where I was gonna say, I don't want to get too. I don't want. It's.
Politico?
I don't even care about that, but I
Okay.
don't care. I like people are gonna. I don't want to sound like when you talk about Saudi Arabia, I'm talking about the government. So I don't want to sound like xenophobic.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no.
but
Like we don't
this,
know people. People could be
yeah,
anything.
people are people. Like when they think about America and they think about Trump, I hope they don't think I'm like that.
Yeah.
But of course they probably will. So I know though otherwise. Like I know the people aren't the government. So when I say this, I'm talking about the government. There is an ongoing effort, and probably for the last decade, there's been an effort for Saudi Arabia to get its hands into Western media, and
Hmm.
essentially the term that they're using that people are using now is sports wash. They're trying to
Interesting.
sports wash their legacy of violence and hatred, and
Mm,
you know by by buying the American public's trust with, and not just American but like other Western countries, European too. uh we want all that tourism money.
yeah.
We would really like that money, but we know what you think of us, and we know that people think we might have funded certain atrocities, and we might have, but guess what? We have a Dragon Ball theme park, and even my heart was like, ooh. So what's it look like? Oh, damn. But they have WWE now. They have a WWE, not a theme park, but like a giant Hall of Fame, like the thing that everybody ever
Oh,
wanted
that's
the
the physical
WWE.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like the thing everybody ever wanted that to be, like it's over there. They now have their hands in fucking boxing, a big
What's that
ass
thing called? WWE what?
WWE. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what they call it. The Experience or something like that.
Experience. Yes, that's it.
They have their hands in the NFL. What the fuck was that about? The dude was on this dude Turkey Al Sheik this weekend was Al Sheik was on the WWE show, the press conference. He was on the boxing event on Netflix. He was with fucking was it Tom Brady or Eli Manning or one of those fucking famous football dudes like uh, on an NFL game. So I don't know what the fuck their involvement is there. There are
Okay.
rumors. There are rumors that LeBron James wants to leave the NBA for an unknown new fucking basketball promotion. What the fuck is going on, bro?
How much they paying you?
Well, you know what they can pay him though. They
What-
can literally actually
they
give
just
him.
hand him the check. Like you put whatever you want on there, Mr. James.
Write it down. And then he's like, what? And then I just put a fake. What if this is a fake number? What if I want this much? And he's like, you can have it.
It's
Yo,
wired to your bank account right now. Like what?
it's already there. What the fuck? And like the power and there's initially pushback. You saw people with Crown Jewel. It's like, oh, I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm boycotting. And
Yeah.
then slowly but surely, as every other WWE show happened in Saudi Arabia, more and more people watched. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, they were doing
Yeah,
canon
it was
shows.
really easy. I was gonna say it was really easy when it was just like that other crown jewel thing that's happening over there, whatever. And then it's just like, oh, King of the Rings, it's fuck.
Yeah, and now it's like WrestleMania's in Saudi Arabia. Oh shit! So whatever you may think, and the counter argument to that is always, well, the American government also commits atrocities, and you guys have fucking WrestleMania all the time, and you are absolutely right. and I have nothing that I can say about that. What am I gonna say? But yeah, it's just interesting to see it happen, and there's like nothing you can do about it. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. And like eventually I can already see it. They are going to win public trust entirely. They're gonna
It's
do it
interesting to me
like
that like
it's crazy.
they were seemingly a very similar attempt um by the Russian government to like I don't think it was as soft though. I think it was much more aggressive to like prove like to show off, the strength of the Russian people, and that's why you have like a bunch of these Russian
Yeah.
Arabic guys that are in the UFC right now and all very successful. And like Russia has pushed for a lot of mixed martial arts how do you say participation and you know uh probably feeding some people.
it's
you know
it's yeah. Other countries have figured out how to take our media and use it against us. It's just crazy that it happened to WWE too. Like I thought we were safe.
yeah, yeah.
I for some reason I
we are
thought
in
pro wrestling was in its own corner. Like we'll be okay.
we are in this hilarious place where I think like there's almost starting to be the question of just like Jesus Christ, was this better as the family business?
Oh my god, Greg! I was asking myself that. Like, holy shit, was like Vince? Were
Did
we
we not
better
know
off?
what we asked for?
We didn't know, and that's always been the fear too. Like that has always been the fear of WWE post Vince. Like a lot
Right.
of people even thought like it won't make it. Like WWE won't last without Vince McMahon. It can't. But nobody. I didn't know it was gonna be assimilated by the evil, by not evil, like the evil corporate machine of the world, like entirely
I
corporate, like
I
entirely
felt like
evil.
that was always the possibility. Like
That's what Vince always wanted, but he was always so weird, and wrestling was always so weird because of him that it was in its own little bubble, like Hollywood's
yeah,
little stepchild.
yeah.
And then Nick
I,
Khan
I I
came.
think I think there was always this idea that like it was always on the cusp of getting to that place, but nobody wants to deal with this McMahon guy.
Yeah, that's a lot. There was a lot of that too, but he had it was like the way he ran wrestling. People thought it was weird, but even slowly but surely, he was doing it on his own. Like he was doing it on his own. Like he
Yeah,
made the Saudi Arabia deal. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
they hold him in high regard still,
Even
which
after he left.
which is crazy. The dude, this dude
Even after he
Turkey.
fucking stepped on one of their faces and said, "Pay me my money."
I think they respected him even more after that. I think they said, "Holy shit, this
The
guy! Get
Irishman
him,
shows great strength.
bring him over here. I want to have lunch with him." This guy Turkey at the WrestleMania press conference, he says, "Thank you for continuing the legacy of Vince McMahon." And I was like,
Oof.
whoa, like that's you, bro. He called Vince McMahon my father.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit! Like,
Oh, jeez.
you know how powerful this Turkey Al Sheik guy is? He's talking about Vince McMahon, like the great Vince McMahon. Like,
Yeah,
whoa, Greg.
yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like
A little bit.
like he has that kind of influence in the world. Like, what the fuck? That's Vince McMahon you're talking about?
Hmm.
He is every bit of evil the mustache makes him look like, probably. I
I think
don't
it's
know.
gone.
I think he had to get rid of it. Somebody probably told him. I don't know, but it's insane seeing that. And it made me like fall down a conspiracy hole in my own head. I didn't even look
Okay.
anything up. But I was like, if he has that much influence and like respect from the Saudis, do you think that they're consulting him on how to like take, like, because when he took over the fucking wrestling industry in the 80s,
Mhm.
you could kind of use that as a blueprint for other things,
Sure.
like you could use that in many different in many different ways. And if you were like asking Vince for help with kind of creating a new basketball promotion, what would you do if you needed a new promotion? Vince would say, "You buy the biggest star you can. You take their
Yeah.
star and you crush them." And so they go to LeBron James, and they
Yeah.
go, "What if we give you everything we have? What do you want? Come on over."
Yeah,
What
because
the
that was always the thing that was the plague of most attempts at like startups. Like there was the USFL that Donald Trump tried to do, and like, yeah, but who are all these people? You know, and there were the multiple attempts at the XFL, and everything always looked like, well, all of these guys are just the dudes who couldn't make it to the NFL, so why would I watch this B League?
and then here comes this literally infinite bank account.
Yeah,
I started thinking to myself, oh my god, Vince McMahon is taking over the world. Like
yeah.
what we did was not only did we fuck the WWE, fuck the WWE actually, we unshackled a monster that has more time on his hands to do real world evil. Like he was occupied with wrestling.
It's
We
those
we let him be
it's
stuff.
those old stories where it's just like you took down the despot, but like and it's Thor Ragnarok, but it's like the Thor Ragnarok was a is a microcosm, not a microcosm, but is an allegory for a whole bunch of different stories throughout like fable and lore. Which is like you took down this guy who you thought was a despot, and you didn't understand that the despot's magic was holding back something worse.
Holy shit. It's the scariest thought I've had all week. And then
And
and, and, and,
now
and
Surtur has been released onto the sports world.
and I was like,
Um,
holy shit. I didn't realize how much real influence this guy. I mean, we should have known. We should have known.
yeah.
This is
You know what's interesting about it, to me at least, on the fact that like you say he's got this actual uh passionate how do you say interest in boxing. Like do you understand the thing that boxing has been missing for so long that is different from WWE and like the UFC?
no.
The difference essentially is that, have you ever heard of a boxing company?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just knew
yeah,
that there was boxing on HBO or boxing
yeah.
on Showtime, or these two boxing guys were fighting on this pay per view. If I asked you where do these boxing guys work at, you wouldn't be able to tell me.
And it's even more confusing when they come out with 17 belts and I can't identify where they come from
The
or why.
WBO, the IBF, the
And why
WBC.
and why did they all change hands at once? How did he how
Right.
did he win them? If he
There's right. There's no structure or uniformity to that system. It's just a bunch of promoters who have it works a lot more like the way AEW works their manager gimmicks. So like Don Callis is a boxing promoter and he's got a bunch of guys that work for him that he promotes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it. Um, what's his name with FTR? Stokely. Stokely is a boxing promoter, and he's got a bunch of guys that are under his management company, and they box for him. And those two guys negotiate how much money is going to get involved, who's taking how much of the pay, who's getting what on the pay per view, and because people cannot uh get along, things don't get done.
Oh man, and here comes Turkey, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean? What is missing? I'll get it right now."
Turkey could
What?
just show up and just be like, "Look, I'm paying you this. I'm paying you this. Y'all happy with it? Fantastic. Fight." And that's what Dana White had been doing all these years. But Dana White had been doing it with his own, like, say what you will about what Dana White makes and how much the company makes. Dana White has been doing it under his own monetary limits for however long. This fucking guy.
I guess same goes for WWE too.
Yeah.
They had been doing it. I mean, they've been putting a little more money in, a little more money in, but even now, TKO is doing budget cuts. We'll cut back, we take the stage
Yes.
down, and You know, we don't need a stage every week, do we? We pay all those people. Why are we paying all those people?
Do they work here?
And so now they can
Are
maximize
they
profits
volunteers?
for their own pockets.
Yeah.
But as it goes, because of all these things we talk about, to Turkey, Al Sheikh has successfully negotiated for WWE. Try to give him the okie doke. WWE was like, we'll do like a WrestleMania Junior. You know, like you'll get you can get another WrestleMania. And he was like, give me the fucking WrestleMania before I get your head off. Then you joking, right? It's like, no.
But you don't want Super Showdown?
Yeah. He's like, all right,
It's
back off.
super.
They've got the knives on his neck.
Can you imagine if they gave him like Super WrestleMania?
It was, how about this? The greatest WrestleMania.
The greatest
The
WrestleMania.
greatest. And they were like, no, we want the real one. And then they were
Shit.
like, how about if we did one in America and one here? Because we do 2 days. And they were like, give me the fucking show and stop playing games with me. And so they got WrestleMania. I imagine
So
that's
you
how
think I don't know you?
I imagine that's how negotiations went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like give it to me. And so they got it, and they got WrestleMania, and they've got WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania 43,
He was doing the
2027.
fucking Batista thing. Give me what I want.
They got WrestleMania. And so what happens is you think, well, that's fine. Whatever. It's just WrestleMania. We got to watch it in the daytime. But what you realize is that actually a big weekend for the entire industry is now set in Saudi Arabia. And it's like, hold on. Like, hold on. The whole US wrestling scene just lost its big weekend.
Yeah.
And so then you start thinking
In 2027.
What are they gonna do? And so they asked post wrestling asked Brett
By the way,
Lauderdale.
I just want to say real quickly, how crazy is this that we are talking about the next WrestleMania?
I know, 43 instead of 42 that hasn't
next
happened
year.
yet. But post wrestling talk to GCW, the collective. That's one half. There's two halves. There's WrestleCon, and then there's the collective.
Yes.
And then that mean they basically, what it is in pro wrestling, everything is carny, everything is ratchet, everything is ghetto. Everybody helps each other out because not everybody's on the up and up. And you know what? I kind of like it that way.
Unless you're CCW.
You're definitely like that. So that means that 2 guys come to Florida with their license and 16 promoters come and pay those 2 guys a little piece so that they can use their license to run their shows too. and so everybody goes to wherever WWE goes. They give Brett a little, or Brett gets a little bit because he pays for the flights for some people, and I want to book them, and so I'm paying for their hotel, and you don't got to pay for shit, so you should give me a little cut. And it's all these little politics here, and that's just how wrestling works. And so there's the WrestleCon guys, there's the GCW guys, and they asked the GCW guy Brett, and he was like, "Well, I have already gotten an offer from someone in Saudi Arabia to hold an event there, and so I will see what we do." And I was like, Brett Lauderdale is in with WWE. Like, they fucking hello of go WWE ID.
Deny.
I was like, come on. And they're gonna give Brett Lauderdale this thing to bring the collective over to Saudi Arabia. This Saudi Arabian indie wrestling scene. Shut up. Like, this is a complete psyop, bro. This is crazy. And so I imagine that's how that's gonna go, but that still leaves the other half. That still leaves WrestleCon. That still leaves the but like, what happens? Like, WWE kind of effectively stomped on this, and a alternative that people offered was that Tony Khan could run a show WrestleMania weekend that gathers the indies around.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, but if Brett Lauderdale is fucking in with WWE, then that's half of the whole situation. And so, like we explained earlier, there goes that guy's license. There goes
Mm-hmm.
the guy that pays for the flights. There goes, half the guys of the U.S. indie scene are gonna want to work in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
So it's not that simple. And for WWE, this is almost
Seldom things ever are. Huh?
no, not there's that, but for WWE, this is two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
They get a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. They get a massive payday. Who knows how much? They'll probably get help paying for the biggest of big stars. They'll
Mm-hmm.
probably get help paying for The Rock. They'll probably get help paying for Stone Cold. They'll fuck around
Oh,
and
hell
somehow
yeah.
get John Cena to make an appearance, even though
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the biggest thing ever, and of course they would pay Brett fucking Lauderdale to fuck that up, because even if
What?
it doesn't work for him, it effectively kills that little thing that surrounded their WrestleMania that they hated from the beginning, that they tried
Yes.
to kill multiple times already. They
Yeah.
tried to make it illegal to run wrestling shows around WrestleMania. They did effectively one time, and all the shows had to run outside of Orlando instead, and they had to run in Lakeland. I remember that. And they finally made it
I love the
happen.
derision you speak with when you say the word Lakeland.
Ugh. Hey. they did what they always wanted to do, and it's like, this shit is so evil. Like, yeah, this is so malicious.
Insidious, even.
And they get what they want. Like, they win. They get the Saudi Arabian check. They get to wrestle, like the whole wrestling thing. And little fucking Brett Lauderdale is gonna help them from the inside. He's a mole. If he takes that thing, like that, you're a fucking mole.
I was gonna argue, like, is Brett for all the indie cred and all that sort of stuff you sort of end up accruing, like do we end up with Brett being sort of like lambasted for being just as much a sellout as the rest of them?
I would need that. I would lead that, because, like, first of all, isn't
You would lead with
Effie?
that, you were saying.
No, I would lead the fucking hate train after that.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay, yeah.
lambast him. I'm going to raise the flag and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, this
Yeah.
guy's a fucking mole." Isn't
You were
his
gonna
world
say
champion Effie?
I have no idea.
Effie, literally GCW, if
But-
not world champion now,
yeah.
then at some
The guy
point
who runs
was.
the big gay brunch during WrestleMania weekend.
Greg, you think they're doing Effie's big gay brunch in Saudi Arabia?
I do not.
I don't fucking think so either. And all those things, like, even if I don't lead the hate train, all those
You know what
things
else
are gonna
isn't
stick
happening
out
during Saudi Arabia weekend? For the culture.
for the culture. What is GCW running? What does a GCW collective look like in Saudi Arabia? Just
Probably
spring
Bloodsport.
break, Bloodsport, spring
If
break.
Josh is willing to go over there, Bloodsport.
All these fucking wrestlers that claim they stand for something, but in the end, just like any other human, they need to eat. And so the ones that have the money to stand for something can. But
Right.
this is indie wrestling. Nobody does.
Money. What money?
And it's just so funny because Brett says, like, "Oh, a Saudi Arabian company that runs events wants us over there already." Like,
Yeah. I love
shut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he makes it
shut
sound
the
as,
fuck
as,
up.
as independent as it could possibly be.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Something that doesn't have anything to do with it. First of all, what the fuck does the Saudi Arabian independent wrestling scene look like? What person on earth is thinking WrestleMania is coming to Saudi Arabia? I should be the first one to bring the indies here too. In Saudi Arabia. Shut the fuck up, Brett. Shut the fuck up. Come on with this bullshit. What somebody? This somebody is Nick Khan. And he lives in America. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it sounds
Anyway,
like the lies need to stop.
I'm so sick of it. I can't believe it. We're killing wrestling. Holy shit. It sounds like hyperbole to say, but like hyperbole. That's like hyperbole.
Yeah, I know.
Hyperbole. It sounds like hyperbole to say this, but like, could you imagine if all these things happen unopposed? There was no Tony Khan, no AEW. There's
Right.
just death. There's just
There's
death.
just death.
Holy shit! Wrestling dies.
Yeah.
Wrestling fucking dies. That's crazy. That's scary. Like, how did this motherfucker appear at the moment, a year or two before the real wheels start moving, like like a fucking lifeboat? Insanity. And it's not that it's always perfect. That's what people, I think that's what people misunderstand when you say something like that. Like, oh, well, but they're not perfect. They have this and they have that. Yeah, no fucking duh. That's not the point. It's you know, god damn, wrestling is more than a WWE.
Hmm.
But it wasn't going to be that way, man. They almost got everything. They almost got everything. I think you got a guy here that's not like trying to eat it all. The dude's trying to work with these other companies. Like, I would like to work with CMLL, put them on television, and help them get even hotter.
Yeah.
That's not certainly not happening with WWE. You think they're working with GCW to make them hot?
Absolutely not.
Like,
Mhm.
it's
The same way
maddening.
I don't think they're as much as people want to fucking tell themselves to lie. The same way they're not working with fucking TNA to get them hot.
No, absolutely not. The TNA thing is even more malicious when you look at them because they just want to control something that they legally can say they don't.
Yeah.
Look, that's not us, but also do everything we say.
Yeah.
But we don't control that. Like, they're sneaky monopoly
It's a
now. Like,
commonwealth.
that's exactly what it is, a WWE Commonwealth. Oh my god, they own AAA, and like that, like they're attacking AEW, but like in a way that's still legal. But like,
Hmm.
there's also them kind of spreading out across all the streaming services, so that if AEW loses Warner Brothers, they won't have anywhere to go.
Right.
It's like it's crazy how on the edge of illegal monopoly laws they operate. Like, it's crazy. But I
It's
guess,
crazy.
what can you do but hope that the insanely rich Khan family doesn't all of a sudden make bad investments and lose. As long as they stay whatever, he's like I think Daddy Khan is worth like $14 billion, and
Okay.
I think Tony on his own is worth like one or two.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine as far as like WWE doing what they do, like, because they're not Saudi Arabia rich, but they can defend themselves at the
Hmm.
very least.
At the very least.
Lawyer wise, if WWE decides to fall over that line the way they did with MLW,
Woof.
they had to settle with MLW. They lost to MLW. Could you fucking imagine if they had to go to court against mega powerful con lawyers? They can go toe to toe with Saudi Arabia lawyers. It's just, if it extends long enough that for whatever reason these lawyers cost billions of dollars, I don't think that works that way. But I'm sure it would be an interesting situation. It's gonna
Yeah.
be. It's just interesting watching from the outside, and we get situations like this weekend where
It's something that you have to like learn the language of it to really understand what they're doing. And that's like the hardest part. If you don't, if you're watching this but you don't really understand the moves, then it's all French.
pretty much, and it's like, well, why do you care? You should just watch. And it's like, well, here's the thing. You see, I don't want this art form I love to die. I also
Yeah.
that's really important to me. That's why I care. And like,
Yeah.
you
And you know
think
what?
they think it's not that serious because it sounds crazy, but it's happening in front of your eyes if you look at it. These
Yeah.
things are plain as day.
And you know what it is too? Like this was a thought I had the other day, and I wasn't sure how to articulate it, so I'm just gonna blurt it out. Like, there was a time where for me it was just like, well, I wasn't very concerned what happened to wrestling in America because I knew I had a bunch of these other avenues for professional wrestling that I enjoyed. There was always going to be a corner of professional wrestling for me. Now we're in this weird situation. We're gonna say weird situation. Almost arguably a predictable situation, and one that was openly talked about years ago. We're in this situation where, uh, much like any other imperialist nation, the WWE has become this place that has now found itself attempting to conquer other territories, m- not unlike what Vince was doing at the time in the 80s, uh, but on a scale that is so significantly, significantly, how do you say, changing and shape shifting the culture of the industry of the sport. The way they found their way into Mexico by buying a company that I guess was in dire straits. I don't know. I've never heard about what Triple A's financials were before this, but they were happy to let go of it. The way that they the way that they attempted to run in and colonize the European or British professional wrestling market, and then once that colony became a failed state, they just left it to
And then
fend for itself.
and even if you remember why they did it in the first place, it was because they wanted to kill a potential upstart in
The
Europe.
world, the attempt at rebranding the world of sport, right?
Yeah, yeah. They just
Yeah,
wanted to sign everybody and make sure that they didn't have any of the good guys
yeah,
if they decided to start up. And then World of Sport doesn't really take off and then leaves the whole scene to die. Of course,
yeah. And then like
yeah,
the NXT UK became a whole thing, and then they signed up all these people, and
and then
before you know it,
speaking
there was
out,
no. Yeah, and then like it didn't help, right? That there was already a ticking time bomb under,
yeah.
under the fucking citadel that was ready to destroy it from the inside. And now what's left is just, in a dilapidated, irradiated husk not an industry, but yeah, like yeah, of a corner of the industry that used to have some significant, like, not only imports but just its own promotions and its own industry. um they're gonna find their I used to doubt this. They're gonna find their way into Japan. I think it's gonna be through All Japan. I don't
Oh,
know. that's
I
that's my that's my personal
no, I said no.
opinion.
I didn't say no. I was saying
Oh,
oh.
okay. Yeah.
No, I was just like, I remember we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on air, but it was like, would I prefer it to be All Japan or Noah?
No, yes, we did, because I remember the joke with you specifically, because I said you would rather them take All Japan because what you love about All Japan is like Baba's All Japan is dead. What's
Yeah.
left is something you don't care about. They can take what is left of All Japan, but like Noah is still like Masawa's fucking green ring, and that cannot be fucking tarnished for you.
God, that would break my heart. Holy
Yeah,
shit. I can't even imagine. Like that would be severely depressing
yeah,
for me.
like
I,
yeah.
I
Pro Wrestling Noah is still very much, the legacy of Masawa is still a
yeah.
part of it.
Like
Uh,
Baba and Vince go way back anyway. Like
they do,
like they
they
if they
do.
buy All Japan
Granted,
first
Baba
of
and Inoki and Vince went way back also.
that's true. Fucking Vince, man. He also if they get All Japan, they don't actually get any of the All Japan I care about. They don't even get the
No,
library. They
no,
don't
because
even
that
get the
belongs to Gaota.
library. Yeah, it belongs to Gaota, and Gaota's not going to sell for what?
Absolutely not.
Why do they need to?
They'll just sell DVDs of classic stuff for the rest of their fucking lives, and they make bank off the fact that they can post the old stuff on YouTube whenever they want.
They should
They
actually,
do,
but
actually, they do.
they should sell like DVDs to us.
Oh well, yeah.
They,
The guy posts All Japan stuff on their YouTube channel, and it's like they do some pretty decent job of actually like attempting to remaster some of it,
yeah.
so it looked kind of pretty.
I hope it's not AI.
I don't know.
And it's not because I have like a big stance. Like, oh no, AI. I don't like the way it looks
That's fair.
when they yeah. It's like, damn, this sucks.
I
But
understand. So like it's yeah. That was the thing. Yeah. They'll probably go into All Japan because All Japan has the least to lose and the most to gain by selling.
yeah.
Because they're in dire straits right now. The only person I don't even completely feel bad for because he's kind of a weirdo, but I like watching him. It's like Davey Boy Smith's not gonna keep that job.
It also sucks that they would get the Triple Crown belts, but it is
Sure,
what it
I
is.
understand that, but like I said, that's barely a representation of the Baba All Japan.
Yeah. Man, they're all old and fucked up anyway. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just please take All Japan.
Yeah.
Don't take Noah. It looks so scarily possible.
I can see it now, like the fucking the sadness and rage and distaste in your eyes when you see the first like WWE branded Noah show and it doesn't have
Yeah.
Masawa's massive fucking poster in the background.
I I don't think I can say what I would want to do. Well, what I would want to do. I don't.
Yeah. There were a lot of fears that and I admit I had them about like the idea of fucking WWE coming in and taking New Japan. I think that's a lot harder.
Can never happen.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I don't know.
Or you mean
Maybe
it can't be allowed to happen, or it won't happen?
the Saudi Arabian government's gonna buy New Japan.
Uh.
Oh my god! Hey, Turkey, I need a favor, man. Oh fuck, Greg.
I guess for me it's just a question of just like if they would sell, are they in a place where they're like so desperate or in such bad straits that like they don't believe they can work themselves out of this rut?
I hope not. I don't think they are, but sometimes some of the things they do are concerning.
Sure.
But
because that's what I would think All Japan is. Like I think All Japan's in a place where they can't work themselves out of this rut.
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll get in there. I just think it's pretty crazy that Triple H's original world takeover plan came to like fruition, but in a much larger way.
Yeah.
Like, he just wanted to do it with NXT, and they ended up doing it like with the WWE. Like, we're gonna just push forward and buy all these places, and it's like, holy shit.
Well, in a sense, like he did exactly what he wanted because like what are they going to be used as other than versions of NXT? Like we didn't really we didn't brand it maybe the way we intended to, but functionally those things are going to do exactly what we intended them to do in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Like what point is it having AAA and running AAA semi-independently of yourself other than to say, well, now we have another well for talent acquisition.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, too. You got Dr. Wagner Jr. right now on NXT fucking around with Ethan Page.
Gross.
Yeah. You fucked up, Greg. I think he's doing the best that he could have possibly done in any situation.
If only it was good.
Good for him. Anyway,
should have signed the other white belt.
Did you see the AAA show on YouTube?
The most recent one where Dom won the belt? No.
It wasn't bad. It was definitely like we mentioned before. WWE completely, basically gentrified it. You know, it's like it's a WWE product. It like 100% is like a C WWE show, and the show
Fabi versus
opens.
Natalia was very good.
No, that was good wrestling on it. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's just crazy. I watched it in Spanish just to make it feel like it's not Like I'm not, because I just watched 2 hours of SmackDown, and I was like, oh my god. And so I'm putting it on Spanish, so that it wouldn't feel like it was 2 more hours of SmackDown.
I
I was
understand
like,
that. You know what? I I will say this. When they did the first show, the first Worlds Collide show, I watched that in English, and I can admit that I was impressed with Corey's knowledge and work.
yeah, no, they're probably good. I'm sure. I heard Corey, JBL, and Conan were like really interesting.
Conan shit, but I was impressed with Corey's ability to actually like know lucha.
I wanted to talk to you about the time I introduced this kid to myself.
Why won't they give me credit for more things?
Have you listened to my podcast?
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100 with Conan. What goes around comes around.
Who's your co-host? We will talk about that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. Dominic winning the belt was what the fans wanted. It's so interesting that
Yeah.
like Dominic and fucking El Grande Americano are like two of the most over people in AAA. Like the thing about the AAA crowd is like they are 100% receptive. At least it seems to be like to all these WWE things, except for the
Yes.
Alberto, except for getting rid of Alberto. But they're
Right.
like, but they're like happy. They're selling these buildings out, and I mean, and the thing though that's interesting to me is that WWE is running these Worlds Collides events
Hmm.
in America.
Yes.
Las Vegas.
In
You
fact, I
know,
was gonna say, in fact, quite, maybe quite, how do you say, some pretty high technique there, pretty clever to run the match where Dominic wins the belt in Vegas, where he was very over at WrestleMania.
yeah, no, for sure. I think he would have been over in Mexico too,
Absolutely.
especially with the way they feel about Vikingo right now. They
Yeah.
would have been hyped as fuck to see Dominic win. But I think that speaks to them selling AAA to. I feel like they want to sell it to Latin American audiences rather than Latin audiences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a show. Like I think they're gonna take
Cut to the
like
scene of Conan saying they're not going to Americanize it.
then literally they
Jimmy, can you roll that clip?
literally Americanized. They it's kind of sad almost. Like I mean I guess let's look at the AAA schedule right now because
I'm not going to
while
Americanize it. By the way, this Dr. Wagner's name is too long.
I was gonna say while the Worlds Collide shows are on YouTube and in America,
Yes.
you know, technically, as long as AAA has a schedule in Mexico, then
Hmm.
there's still WWE running AAA shows in Mexico.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think they're good for now, but I think I wonder what the future looks like on that front. That's pretty concerning. But at the same time, CMLL has taken notice of the blood in the water when it comes to that, and they went and got themselves certified by the Mexican government, 100% made in Mexico. So now they will get like
Oh, CMLO did that. Yes.
yeah, they'll get like financial stuff, and
Yeah.
they already were in with the tourist with the tourist people because they have that deal with Arena Mexico or whatever. But that's really cool for them. So I think Mexicans will draw towards CMLL, and that's going to be really interesting to see if
I use
WWE
this
loses.
mostly in I use this mostly in jest, but I'm getting a very Baba Inoki thing from AAA and the CMLL right now.
It was pretty much like that anyway. Like just the way they split off because of the difference in ideas, and then
Yeah.
became like rivals, and one ended up completely Americanized, and the other one is like still pure Mexican.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like I said, we'll see how this goes in the future. It's something to keep an eye on.
It doesn't look like if I'm to use cage match, there doesn't seem to be another event until Alonso.
Until what?
Uh, Alina Alonsos.
Oh shit!
The
No, I missed that. I was looking up the AAA schedule, but I never found it.
I looked up I looked it up on Cage Match, and the only thing listed after Worlds Collide is Alina's on September 27th,
Oh shit! No way.
and
They don't-
got that's got maybe one match, which is Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee versus Vikingo,
Oh shit! AAA is dead.
and that's in Mexico City.
They killed the company. No. They killed it dead. No, I don't know. I'm sure they have stuff booked from the previous fucking people that worked there. It's still too soon.
They had a bunch of shows before Worlds Collide that were like co-promotes with other places, apparently. Like their guys were working at these other places, like Promociones Shaman, Max Pro, MLA Genesis. That was in Georgia. Yeah.
I'm looking at this cage match, and this is they don't really have, or at least I'm not seeing events from now. I'm seeing old events, Worlds Collide, and then yeah, like you said, nothing.
Alinas or whatever.
Alinas.
Yeah. And that has one match booked, which I assume they booked at. I don't even know when they booked this match.
I think they just announced that after the title change.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, they probably they booked this at Worlds Collide, right? And
Yeah.
like they kind of, because like the AAA stuff isn't like a fucking big deal. It feels like the old AEW pay-per-views where you don't get the matches until like a week before the show.
They're still doing that.
Yeah.
But they're getting better. Anyway, I guess the next Dominic winning the title, we talked about that. Dominic's sister potentially coming into pro wrestling
How do you
at
feel
the
about that?
PC. I mean, it was, what do you do, right? You are at home and you are not making any money, and your brother is making money, and you're like, well, I got an in, so why not?
Oh, that's so sad.
Put her in
It,
a
it,
mask. Put her in a fucking mask. God damn it. Put her.
John,
Put her
listen,
in a mask.
listen to me,
Send her to
John.
Mexico.
Listen to me, John. Listen to me, John.
You're not gonna have another Ava Rain here. Put her in a mask. Send her to Mexico.
They're not. WWE is not gonna put a pretty girl in a mask.
I know. But the mystery makes her even prettier.
Okay.
It does. You just don't know. She's anybody you want her to be. That's how the mind works. Speaking of how the mind works,
Man.
the WWE. Oh my god, this is the craziest shit I've ever heard, and nobody's talking. Not enough people are talking about it. I'm like, this is nuts.
I saw Mac post this, and I was just like, "Oh, this is just weird shit."
That's crazy. There's a company called Aries that sells products to people that think Wi-Fi.
Not to be mistaken for God of War.
You gotta get. Hold on. So they it's not even spelled like this. Like ARS, probably.
Yeah.
Air ES. And they sell products to people who think Wi-Fi and Bluetooth signals make us sick. Like they think 5G. They're like into 5G conspiracies.
Yeah.
The 5G
the towers
making
are
us
going to turn
crazy.
us into zombies.
And this, despite like evidence that says this is nuts.
Yeah.
But this
Evidence,
company,
who's that for?
This company is going to present the first ever EMF friendly match at WWE Wrestlepalooza.
What does that even mean?
So these EMF signals that come from your cell phones or from your Wi-Fi, they are going to. It says an Air S Lifetime Zone Max will be present on each ring post during the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So for some reason, they believe that if you put these things on each corner of the ring post, then these wrestlers will be protected from the Wi-Fi signals.
You
Right?
fucking kidding me?
This is real, bro. This is happening.
Will Jay Uso be able to yeet harder? What do you mean?
Here's where the logic falls apart for me, right? So what you're telling me
What little logic there was.
is that you believe these signals are bad and you're gonna protect
The wrestlers.
for whatever reason just these 4 wrestlers and just for 20 minutes. Like, what did we solve?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's a
Nothing was
scam.
done. Nothing
It's
of
a
value was
scam.
happened.
This is a complete scam done by people who know better to take advantage of low income, uneducated,
Low IQ.
low IQ Americans. And where the fuck can you find a nice big puddle of those in a wrestling fan base? And so they're selling.
What state
Now
are they in?
now everything below the Bible Belt. And now they're taking
No, I was gonna say, what
advantage.
state is Wrestlepalooza? Oh, Indianapolis. I don't know.
No,
Don't know.
Indiana's above the, I guess, Bible Belt, right? But
I
it's
think
still
so.
it's still in the middle of the country where they're kind of,
They do love
away
NASCAR though.
they're away from everything. So like it's really predatory. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you already take enough advantage of your own fans, and now you inviting other people in. You pimping them out.
They pay the money.
You pimping them out like this was your little girlfriend, and you invite your friends in like that. To let them do that like that.
Oh, no.
That's not crazy to you. Like that don't feel bad. You don't feel like shit doing this. I can laugh at it because I'm smart enough to recognize it. But then at the same time, I feel bad. Like this is disgusting.
John, without the EMF waves, how will Seth Rollins get his vision out?
No, like it's depressing in a way. Like like I said, I can laugh at it.
I make
and
fun
I
of it
will.
because it's so stupid and sad. There's nothing else you can do.
And some people are gonna be like, well, if you're that kind of person, then yeah, you deserve it. You deserve to get taken advantage of. And I just don't believe that's true. Like this is fucked up. Like, and someone I pointed this out, and I had people tell me that I was just hating on WWE. I was like, what the fuck?
What is WWE like? Really, WWE doesn't have a ton to do with how stupid this whole idea is.
Like, what does there's so much more like to life. Like, what the fuck?
I don't like to use this phrase, but you might need to touch a little bit of grass, my man.
More than that, you might need a fucking therapist to pull you out of the hole that you're in. And that's not a bad thing. You shouldn't feel ashamed. I've been to therapy. Therapy. You should go to therapy to get you out of that hole because it's more to life than which TV show is better than the other one. Like this is a predatory practice. Like this is disgusting. And I can't wait to make fun of it on Sunday or Saturday. I'm gonna God. What's next? Like what is next? They would literally have to start selling WWE branded tinfoil hats. And that's the fucking equivalent of this. You know, Reynolds is sponsoring WWE's main event, and you can make your hats to protect you from aliens.
There's a real dickish part of me that just wants to like you have AEW do one of those on a pole matches, but it's like you have to climb the 5G tower.
Holy shit, that is.
Or it's the 5G ladder match.
And part of that, all these things make me want. Sometimes, like I want AEW to like attack. Like you have to do something. Get them. But they're better off doing what they're doing now, which is focusing, staying in their lane, and letting WWE do what they do. As a matter of fact, if they do decide to run an event on WrestleMania weekend or around the same time, just to
Yeah,
give
we didn't.
Americans that,
Yeah, we didn't get to actually flesh that one out.
yeah. I mean, if they were to do that, then
Yeah,
I think it would be really successful just because by that time WWE probably would have continued to build more and more fucking they were gonna do more and more of these things. They are. There's no fucking nobody is stopping them. Nobody is telling them that this is bad, or at least nobody that they care about. And they're gonna keep on doing this. They're gonna keep taking advantage of the fan base. More and more people are gonna see it. And AEW is gonna announce that event and people are gonna go. And some people are going to go because they want to have fun, and other people are going to go because they're like, "Fuck this! I don't want to deal with that company anymore. I just want to see what this one's like." And it's going to be a really really interesting way to fight back instead of like tweeting or whatever. You just existed and you did this thing,
sure.
and now I kind of hope that they do. Fuck.
Uh, man, I meant to send you something a while ago that I thought was kind of interesting, but
But yeah,
I rarely ever see this, but like it was talking about the differences, and I'm using this to sort of back end the idea of like people going to a different program. There was a conversation about how like AEW does stories differently than WWE, and the idea was that like it was whether or not you were running sort of a I don't want to say story first, but almost an entertainment first program or a sports program first. And the way Brian Alvarez was putting it was just like the WWE makes matches to run their angles, and AEW makes angles to run their matches.
you
And for
know,
some reason, there is this disconnect between the idea of using angles to make reasons for people to wrestle, that it makes it appear that there is no story to some people.
I think part of that is because of the way they watch wrestling all those years, and because they have no other frame of reference. Like, okay,
Sure.
all I know is WWE, and not only that, they don't watch any movies, they don't read any books, and there's just a lot of them. There's a lot of them,
Yeah.
and they all congregate together on the internet, and they so it kind of is like, ugh, look at this fucking group of hyenas.
Now I'm thinking of Lion King.
Yeah, yeah, they are just like that, fucking stupid. Anyway,
I
that's
just thought I thought that was an interesting like
That's
way
a
to
pretty
sort
good
of.
way to. That's a pretty good way to put it together. I mean, that sounds about right to me. But the crazy thing is too, that some of these long term AEW stories really fucking they come together really well. Like, damn, this is really good stuff. And people are like, well, where is the They didn't have enough, face to face promo offs. Like, what the fuck? I didn't get enough fucking. I would say I don't care about the video packages. I think video packages are cool,
I
but
love video packages, and I think they. I actually that's another thing that was fun, but I think um I think there was something to be said about how like it's not a high drama show the way WWE is, and like that lack of high drama pro wrestling television is something that people got very used to. It was. I hate to go all the way back to the '90s to use it as an example, but it was Austin smashing a fucking limo car.
yeah, yeah.
Like Austin filling a car with cement, or destroying a tour bus. The Rock throwing a man off a bridge.
They need madness. It wasn't the wrestling. It was the. I mean, Vince Russo was booking it, and he didn't care about wrestling. He on
No, he
purpose
didn't give
didn't
a
want
shit.
it there.
Like, what are we
So
doing? Like, why are we having matches? This is
anyway, we do have this weekend, WWE Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out. Just to kind of I'll run through this card really fast because
okay.
we're running out of time here.
It's been 2.5
But
hours.
yes, it has. So for WrestlePalooza, we have Brock Lesnar and John Cena main eventing.
Hmm.
Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. CM Punk,
God, that's weird.
AJ Lee.
Shit.
The WWE title?
Not main eventing because Cena and Lesnar.
Yeah, I know. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Okay.
The Usos versus the Braun Bros,
Oh,
Bronson
Bron.
Reed, the Bron,
Team Bron.
the
That's
Vision,
what I called it. The Vision, yes.
the Seth Riders, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, and then we have Io Sky versus Stephanie Verker, and don't forget,
That's like the only match I'm really looking forward to.
Same. Don't forget that the Usos versus the Vision, those four gentlemen are going to be protected from the evil Wi-Fi.
Evil Wi-Fi.
Oh my God! I need that chant, man. Evil Wi-Fi.
Clap, clap, baseball clap.
Incredible. And so that 5-match card is, I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely. They threw the fucking everything that they could at this show, and
Yeah.
obviously the story is that they want to be able to sell Wrestlepalooza as the next big American event, or not just American. They wanted to do another big event so that they imagine it will be just as big. They want it to be just as big as WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble. And it's like, yeah, I mean, sure, I guess. If you say so. You're not tricking me. I'm not the city that's paying you extra money for a fucking fake ass WrestleMania. Wrestlepalooza. You know what was the most interesting thing I learned about Wrestlepalooza this week?
What's the most interesting thing you learned about Wrestlepalooza?
The name, obviously an ECW reference,
Yes,
came from Nick Khan, who himself grew up an ECW fan.
Well, he is the guy who apparently pushed for New Jack.
He did. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know he pushed for New Jack in the video game.
Yes.
That's so interesting.
They said it came from Nick Khan, who was a big ECW fan.
What do you think that's like? Like, you think he just is bored one day and he has 3 minutes in between meetings and he goes, "Is New Jack in the fucking video game?" Like, can we get him now? Can we get it right now?
I'll try to find the story, but yeah, apparently they said like it came from a very unexpected source. It was like, yeah, it was Nick Khan. Like he was really into the idea of New Jack being in the game.
That's fucking hilarious. What is it with these cons in ECW? It's crazy.
Man, that's so weird. The place we're in, the two cons.
I know, and then like one is so jolly, and the other one is like soulless.
Maybe they used to be one person, John.
Bro, like Piccolo and Kami. Holy shit.
Holy shit. He purged himself of all his good, and that good became this little guy named Tony Khan.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, guys.
You guys remember the fucking match in Indiana on June 6th, 1997?
What are you talking about, Tony?
No, hear me out. Because it's going to be on my TV show next week.
Son of a bitch.
That's the one thing that most people like agree on. Like, anytime you hear people describe Tony Khan, he's just like a massive fan of pro wrestling and a generally nice person.
I feel like that Jericho gimmick is just Tony Khan.
Even Hi guys. Even fucking CM Punk, who was in the middle of a fucking rant against the company, talked about how Tony Khan being too nice was the problem.
That some people would agree in some situations.
In some situations, you can't be that nice. As a matter of fact, him letting Punk get that far was him being too fucking nice. but we'll talk about that. We'll never talk about that again. Actually, um,
So we'll talk about that. In fact, no, we've talked about it too much.
so yeah, we'll get this card. It'll be there. I'll watch it because I have to. But honestly, if I didn't, I catch the highlights because fuck, man. This is a long ass day. So we have AEW's All Out. Actually, I mean, did you have any predictions for this? Do you want to get this? Is 5 minutes for this bit.
We want to do it in order.
I mean, you got
We start with All Out and go with the Wrestlepalooza.
you got the women's championship match at WrestlePalooza. Io Sky, Stephanie Verker.
I thought you meant in order of event. I was saying in order of events that night.
No, you could just do it right now. Just get it out of the way real fast.
I'm saying, do you want both All Out and Wrestlepalooza, or just?
Well, I'll get into All Out after, like right now, after you finish this.
Okay, fair enough then. Fucking hell. Wrestlepalooza, trying to find the fucking card right here. Here it is. Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah.
I got it. I imagine the tag match will go to a no contest once both the Usos and the Vision pass out from oxygen deprivation due to whatever the Aries is doing. No, there will be a miscommunication and the Vision will win, and whatever they're doing with Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso will continue with Jey apparently being corrupted by his anger.
Yeah, he's becoming Roman Reigns by accident. I guess that's the story here.
Like
he was
apparently he's just too jolly.
He was on the phone with someone on Monday. They wouldn't say
someone.
Who. Someone. Yeah.
Maybe it's Jacob. Talk about you need to get into some old gangster shit.
He should be with them, but whatever. Like, this is stupid. Like, that's such a layup. Like, anyway. Io Sky and Stephanie Verker have a title match.
They do. It's the only thing on the show I really want. Well, no, that's bullshit. I do want to see AJ Lee. But as far as from a wrestling context, this is the the thing I'm most excited about.
I kind of got Stephanie Verker winning the championship here. It's
really?
It's the only way to go.
That's interesting. Like it's interesting that they would take the belt away from that triangle.
Yeah, there's no that Io Asuka Rhea thing is
yeah.
I don't think they need a belt.
But then again, I guess Stephanie's just a part of it now. I guess it's a square because they keep doing Stephanie and Rhea.
Yeah, they've been. That's why I almost know that Stephanie's getting the belt because what's going to happen is you have to.
They can run Asuka and Io.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
exactly. 100%.
Okay, I worked it out. I got you, buddy.
And we got like you mentioned earlier, AJ Lee, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch. Where do you see that going?
God, the easy answer would have been AJ and Punk winning if it was a one-night deal, but with a multi-year contract, I'm not sure.
Yeah, especially if you want to run Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee singles for the belt.
And like that belt's coming off.
Yeah. And so Becky probably would cheat here or something like that.
I see Becky pinning AJ in some snidely way.
Yep. Same here. Or they screw Punk again. But no, I think screwing AJ is the more interesting way to go because she just got here and it would hurt more.
Yeah.
And then,
oh no, how dare they have AJ Lee in her first match back? Like, look at you.
Gosh, I'm so angry. They took my belt.
Look at the pain in your heart.
They took my wife.
They took my wife. Hey now.
She's dead.
It's so awful.
It's Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. If they had
you should put the match cards up.
I don't have them.
Oh, okay.
I would have gotten them before, but I don't have them.
Okay. There's no way Drew is winning this.
Yeah, no, he ain't doing shit.
No, in fact, I'm still thinking like What is the next big match for Cody?
Randy.
That's Jesus. That was a sound.
Yeah, it's like
The
it sucks
exasperation was real.
because they could have done that when it mattered. Now it's like, that's cool. I
You don't
guess
think it matters now?
I'd say it'll matter again, but I just don't care right now.
Okay.
I cared earlier this year, but I don't care anymore.
Interesting.
I cared when you could have done John Cena versus Gunther, but you're a bunch of dumb fucks who thought you thought you were on to something. You weren't on to nothing. You weren't on to nothing. You fucking wasted his last
man.
his last WrestleMania is gonna go down as something I will never watch again. Thank you so much, Triple H. You fucking piece of shit.
I never believed the Gunther thing was going to happen. To be honest,
that was the plan. That was the plan. That was the easy WrestleMania. They had Cody versus Orton. They had Gunther as a dominant heel champion. Goes into WrestleMania and just fucking loses. It's easy. He's a monster.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
But Gunther wouldn't have the right belt, would he? Would it?
For Cena, he just holds a belt. All he needed was a world championship.
Nah.
The fuck does it matter? Anyway, it wasted, and now he's at least. It's so funny because the John Cena retirement run, they actually, in hindsight, it's over. Like we're at the end now, so we know
Yes.
that
we're in
part,
the end game now.
that part was a waste. The whole heel thing, the matches that he worked as a heel, so they didn't have the same John Cena fucking work rate that he developed in the late part of his career.
Yeah.
It was like gone. And then when it ended with an apology. He was like, "My bad. I was hangry.
I think everybody knows that they screwed up that entire thing.
And his apology to us is by working the best matches he possibly can until he goes home.
Which is the best he can because that he hurting.
I wonder how, like, he's such a fucking WWE, everything is okay, is if whatever they say. Like, there's no fucking way you don't think Triple H is a fucking failure right now. Like, there's no way he doesn't look at him with a little disdain, like, fuck you. I'm going back to
the right thing is to
basement."
never say it in public, but yeah.
Yeah, but like you make me sick. Like I hated you. I hated you when you fucked up my whole babyface run, and I hate you now for fucking up the end. You're a piece of shit, and I wouldn't be surprised if you did this on purpose. I don't trust you. Thank you. Bye.
What was that, Mason?
Everyone loves you. I'm just kidding. No,
He
man.
didn't walk it back.
He did.
Like,
He didn't. He said he actually elaborated, and he was like, "Yeah, these guys were dicks."
Yeah, he said people actually like other wrestlers from back then like hit him up and like thanked him for saying it.
Here's the thing now. The John Cena Brock Lesnar match is the main event. John Cena pinning Brock Lesnar is probably the way to go. Lesnar usually gets the one up on Cena, but this is the end. So
the end.
He should kill that monster and say goodbye.
Okay.
He acts for this match anyway. He acts like he didn't. No, I don't know. Honestly, I can't imagine. Maybe they are friends. They've made a lot of money together.
They have. I don't know if they're friends, but I think Cena sees the value in that.
I don't think they're humans. They don't make friends.
Jesus.
And then now we got AEW All Out, a longer card, a stronger card. I like it.
I agree.
It's
stronger.
It is. It's gonna be on earlier in the daytime, like we said, like we talked about last week. AEW waited till right before and then moved their show up, and so now WWE announced their pre-show on ESPN that will start at the same
tailgate?
time as All Out. No, AEW is going to do a tailgate live on television. All Out tailgate.
That's where that 8-woman
brawl.
thing was. That's where that 8-woman thing is happening. Can I
Yeah.
briefly just say the twin thing that they were doing?
Yeah.
Creepy.
It is. It is. I mean, successful.
Yeah, I mean,
Successful.
I just like I, I guess I'm putting it over by saying it. I'm fine with that. I'm just like I was very uncomfortable with them cutting the promo at the same time.
I don't
There's so
like
many
these
things on the screen that
evil.
make me uncomfortable, but that was.
I thought the music was too loud, but that was a
I could see
production
that.
thing.
That's
I
not the
was like,
first time they've done that either.
can't fucking hear what they're saying. Um,
Definitely not the
the,
first time we committed that sin.
they had the tailgate brawl. It's going to be live on TNT for an hour. It's the first time that they have a pre-show on television for
Okay,
AEW. That's really cool. That's a
I
good
agree.
good thing to do.
Yes.
It's 3 matches announced. We got the Op Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs versus the Workhorsemen JD Drake and Anthony Henry.
The Ops.
The Ops. We got Daniel Garcia versus
Another
Katsuya
Ops match.
Shibata. Yeah, another Ops match. Shibata versus Garcia. We got the Tailgate Brawl. The actual brawl.
Mm.
Willow Nightingale, Mita Shirakawa, Harley Cameron, and Queen Aminata versus
Willow
Julia
Nightingale,
Hart.
underrated hardcore legend.
Actually, versus Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Megan Bain, and Penelope Ford. Sky Blue, another one. I see you, Blood Queens. I see you.
I need the Thekla they had tonight versus Bad Bitch Hardcore Willow.
Yes, duh, we gotta get there. I need that Tekla. I mean, fucking, I'm not a
Willow.
too.
I need the Willow that has like the set it off braids.
Oh, that was great, man. I gotta rewatch that All Out match with Chris Statlander. That was fucking raw. Like that was awesome. But I expect this to be another like stadium stampede type crazy fucking weapons. And the girls are gonna show out. It sucks that it's on the pre-show, but also not. I don't know about this situation because like it was a really important spot. Like we need you to be on television, not YouTube, to bring the people onto the pay per
Yeah,
view.
yeah. We want you to like lead the people in to buy last minute. Maybe they're switching over from the fucking Big Bang Theory.
Maybe they're watching the fucking WWE pre-show on ESPN and thinking, "Man, these guys are talking too much," and they fucking flip the channel and they see TNT and these girls are killing each other, and then you fall into what is going on over here. That's just you hope for anyway. But yeah, it's gonna be really good. And then we have the actual pay per view, Tax and Tables TNT,
That's
MJF
cute.
versus Mark Briscoe. We also have the Women's World Championship 4-way: Tony Storm, Thekla, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, John Moxley versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. The Hurt Syndicate.
God, this show is long.
Shelton Benjamin, MVP Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. The World Tag Team Championship ladder match 4-way. Brody King and Bandito versus the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus Hechiseto and Josh Alexander. Well, that's going to
That's a
be
lot.
they're all going to die. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Kazuchika Okada defends his unified championship against Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara.
That championship that
Dorado.
so confuses people.
Yes, I guess someday it'll fall apart, but not today.
They gotta.
No,
Are they gonna run the damn classic again?
yes, they are.
Mm.
And once again, some of those Continental Classic matches will take place at the fucking Hammerstein Ballroom.
Okay.
They'll be back to do a residency there again.
So there's a date.
Yeah, this December they're gonna want to do the Christmas stuff. Speaking of WWE, in another tradition that they've broken,
Oh no!
will not be running the Christmas Madison Square Garden show this year.
Wow.
Yeah, but their idea.
Good thing I went to the one that mattered.
Right.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
the reason is that they're running a show in Madison Square Garden on November 17th.
Ah,
You mean to tell me you sacrificed the Christmas show to run a show in New York the same week as AEW All Out or as AEW Full Gear? You sick fucks. You sick
and
motherfuckers.
his name is John Cena.
Yeah, we got John Cena.
Brr, 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 brr.
You don't gotta go to that fucking show. Spend $600. Sit in the back over here. The final 3 matches on the card: Mercedes Moné defends against Riho, Adam Copeland and Cage versus FTR, and then the World Championship: Adam Page defends against Kyle Fletcher.
Wait, did we talk about the comeback tale?
The for who?
The return of one Edward Kingston?
Oh fuck, that's right. What the fuck? Why is that not on here? Big
don't know.
Bill versus Eddie
Were you
Kingston.
looking at cage match or what?
No, I had a card pulled up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One
Eddie
Edward
Kingston
James Kingston?
versus Big
I
Bill.
doubt that's his actual name.
People were mad that they didn't keep him as a surprise. I was too. I was like, what the fuck?
It's called promotion, god damn it.
Fuck it. What the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I love Eddie Kingston. You're not telling me you thought, like, well, Eddie Kingston's gonna, well, we're gonna announce Eddie Kingston. We're gonna
You
get
don't think Eddie
extra.
Kingston might move some tickets?
We get extra tickets? I think anybody who wants to see Eddie Kingston was already gonna be there. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? Shut the fuck up. I'm not even like, come on. But yeah, he announced it on Threads. Too. Like, he doesn't even have Twitter.
Oh my god.
They had fucking Threads on the AEW Dynamite screen.
Oh wow.
It's like, this is disgusting,
You
Edward.
think they have tout?
Oh, might as well. Brian is there.
Remember tout?
He can put it over like he used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend, and you can catch all of the updates on Dershi Radio social media because I'll be right there, right in front of these motherfuckers, trying to catch and collect all the information that I can.
I want to say I am looking forward to appreciating this Takeshita babyface run. It's a coming.
It's gonna be it's certainly at a weird time because he's got the whole New Japan thing going on, and it's like, I guess you can kind of slow burn it until that's over, and then push all
Perhaps.
full steam ahead.
Do we bring him on screen as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion?
I think you have to. Not only that, I think you can tie it into whatever's going on with Okada. Hey, look what I got, you fucking dusty bitch. I do.
So that says to me that Dorada's getting pinned.
I think for sure, but that's kind of crazy too, right? No, I mean, not necessarily, because we don't know what Don Callis has in store. We don't know that Don Callis isn't going to turn on Takeshita or cause him to get pinned by Okada directly and create a direct conflict.
Yeah, it just see like that's a weird turn of events in a sense. Because if
he gets screwed, it's okay. It's not like he's a loser.
Maybe
they cheated him. He doesn't. He's strong. So what if he fucking lost? They fucked him over. Can't be perfect.
Like, all I'm thinking of is just like fucking Takeshita loses the match and then comes back with the fucking belt.
You fucking fucked me over. I left. I went to Japan. I focused. I didn't have your bullshit going on. And now look at me. I'm the champion.
I beat this skinny white boy.
I beat the shit out of him. I forget that Kevin Knight has a dual contract too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's fucking signed to New Japan.
Oh, I didn't know he was special like that.
I think he was already signed to New Japan when AEW decided they wanted him.
Mm.
They were like, listen, what are you really going to do with him, huh? Come on. Let me get that.
Super Junior? Come on.
Let me get that. give me that guy.
He's going to lose to Chase Owens?
Anyway, yeah, man, that's gonna be the weekend. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you go Google Dirt Sheet Radio. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of them. The website dirtsheetradio.com. Go visit dirtsheetradio.com. You'll have all the latest news, rumors, comics, pop culture, all that good shit. Wrestling, of course. This weekend, after AEW All Out, and possibly after Wrestlepalooza, there will be a post show. But I'm just like, how do I do this? What the fuck?
Be a busy bitch.
Jesus Christ. I imagine I can do a post show for Wrestlepalooza and then an all out review the next morning.
God, what time is All Out?
It'll be 12 for me, noon. And then, well, earlier than that, 11 because of the pre show.
God. You know, it's because of how they run shows. Like, it's going to be a 3 p.m. show, and I'm still not going to be able to finish it before I go to work.
That sucks.
Because they run so fucking long.
And they're going to have to run into the WWE show.
Wrestlepalooza? Yeah.
I mean, that's just good business practice. A little piss on your beginning of your show there. A little fuck your little.
That's a question. That's a fun question. What do you think WWE opens with?
Considering what the card that we read out, CM Punk and AJ Lee.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to get like AEW people to switch the channel.
Yeah.
CM Punk
You
first.
you give them the big. Like, I was gonna say you give them the big AJ Lee comeback, but also CM Punk star power. Yes.
Yeah. But that's and on top of that, you keep it far away from the main event too, which already has the WWE Championship and all that stuff going on, the Women's Championship, all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe they open with the women's. It's kind of fucked though, but
I think if you know this show's going on and you want to like steal viewers away from the AEW show, you open with Punk and AJ.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting. We'll be there, though, covering all that shit. So make sure you follow us. And thank you for joining us on this extra chunky.
I'm sorry. I need to understand. I'm imagining a whole bunch of dudes whose girlfriends are just like, click off to the AJ match.
Change the channel now. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher has a gun to Hangman Page's face right now.
He literally has a revolver to Page's head. He's like, I want to watch AJ Lee. Like,
yeah. Did he just shoot? No, put it back! Put it back! Three. Thank you all for joining us.
That's a great way to end it.
We'll see you this weekend.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless
The sport of professional wrestling.